But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Morning.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
We're ready to broadcast.
Greetings and salutations.
I'm with Ant.
Yeah.
Woke up today to realize that it's Groundhog. Is it Groundhogs or Groundhog? Groundhog Day, right?
It's just Groundhog Day, but everyone says Groundhog's Day.
Today's Groundhog Day, and I think you said it properly. You're like, didn't we just do this shit?
I honestly, and not a bit, not a Groundhog Day movie thing, but I really honestly feel like we just did Groundhog Day. I remember vividly us discussing the various groundhogs around the country, making fun. We did kind of a simulcast from Gobbler's Knob where we were talking about what was going on. We potted up the volume when the guy gave his long-winded, dumb speech. Well, everything we will do today, by the way.
Well, that was a quick year.
Yeah, that year.
Say goodbye to that year.
Flew by.
Because it does feel like we just did that.
Honestly.
We insulted Punxsutawney Phil.
Yes, but Jimmy, by the way, loves Punxsutawney Phil.
He's a big
and every
fan.
year we just hear him just talking about how wonderful Punxsutawney Phil is and how fun and good-spirited the whole thing is.
There's so many people there.
No?
They just showed a live shot. It is packed.
Packed out.
Has to be, how many?
Thousands of people there at the Gobbler's Knob.
I want to say hi. I'm sure there's one dummy listening to us right now in that crowd. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you there?
Go home.
We're wasting time.
I know. And we all know spring already hit, especially for New York.
The pontificator of pontificators. Guy's going to give his dumb speech with his big, stupid hat.
Well, they got the main one, though. Punxsutawney Phil's the main one.
That is the main one.
And Travis, like the movie Groundhog, we're going to do the exact same bit we do every year.
Every year.
And Travis goes, I already know what you guys are going to say and do, and it's still going to be hilarious once again this year.
He goes, here it is. Here's the list.
But this list, man, there's a drop-off after Punxsutawney Phil. Of course, you got Staten Island Chuck, which could be the second most popular Groundhog, right?
Yeah.
Then you got Sutton Sammy from Sutton, Ontario. Then you got French Creek Freddie.
What was that?
From West Virginia. Then you got just Tumbleweed in Brooksfield, Illinois.
Wait, live? Is it happening now?
No.
Not this early. I think they're just showing.
They're just fooling around
or this,
a little bit.
This is them fucking around. What is he saying, though?
Because they need the sun, Jimmy. The sun's not out yet. It's all about shadows.
What are those people? They're wearing like different colored shirts. A bunch of girls. Who is this? Leslie Nielsen?
Can we get this on there, Mars?
Wait
We're
a
talking
minute.
about. We kind of need to listen to this.
Mars.
Please.
Get to Mars.
This is the pregame, man.
See, it's done.
You
Too
need the
late,
sun.
Mars. Good timing, Mars. Good job.
No, and don't put it on the
just like,
top.
What I do?
Don't put it on the top. No.
Do yours.
Huh? Just put it back to what it was.
Yeah, it just too late.
It just doesn't matter.
Everything's spurled.
No,
You ruined it.
no, we need the sun because it's all about the shadow. So,
That's
they won't be doing this until probably 7 or so. Then you got Tumbleweed. Then you got Smith Lake Jake in Graysville, Alabama. You got Gus in Athens, Georgia. Octoraro Orphe in Pennsylvania, another town in Pennsylvania.
Stop. Why even bother in Pennsylvania?
I don't know.
The big guy, the big act is there.
Yeah, you should just simulcast Punxsutawney, right?
Yeah.
Balzac Billy.
That's
in
Dr.
Alberta.
Gay's favorite. He was in here before saying how he loves the ball sack.
Balzac. Sir Walter Wally in Raleigh.
Oh, Sir Walter Wally of Raleigh.
Grady the Groundhog in Chimney Rock, North Carolina.
Fred.
Chuckles in Manchester, Connecticut. Why don't they just simulcast the main guy?
Is that where Voss is playing?
Chuckles, yeah. Yeah, a lot of these sound like comedy clubs.
Yeah.
Susquehanna Sherman in Mount Wolf, Pennsylvania. Man, Pennsylvania is all about it.
Oh, another one.
Poor Richard in York, Pennsylvania.
That's what I said when he got the AIDS. After he tried to blow me. You're going to have another lifetime of homosexuality when my dick popped out of its zipper.
Now it's doomed us all, hasn't it?
Dover Doug in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Malvern Mel in good old Malvern, New York, out there on Long Island.
Wow.
Malvern Mel.
Oh, competing with Holtzville Hal.
Holtzville Hal.
Out in Holtzville, Long Island.
Then you just got Uni in Myerstown, Pennsylvania. Wyerton Willie, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
From Wyerton, Ontario. That one I can't even pronounce. From
Shubenacadie, Sam?
Shubenacadie.
From Shubenacadie, Nova Scotia.
Is that like Newfie shit?
That's crazy.
Is that Newfie shit? All right.
What a silly name for a groundhog.
And Jimmy the Groundhog.
Yay!
Oh,
what a sweet groundhog.
Jimmy.
From Sun Prairie, Wisconsin.
He wears
they go
a
with
sweater.
Jimmy the Groundhog.
He's a sweater boy groundhog cutie. He pops out and nothing about his behavior is cookie cutter.
Oh, here we go. Stormy Marmot, it looks like. We're almost done. Mountain Maryland Mary. Buckeye Chuck, Dunkirk Dave, that's Dunkirk, New York, and General, what is that?
Beauregard Lee from Lilburn, Georgia.
So that's just a
Lilburn, Georgia.
A few of the groundhogs.
Wow.
It's going to be cloudy, so that means it doesn't see its shadow, which means it's going to be a short fucking winter, right? That's what happens?
Yeah.
When you don't see the shadow?
I think he doesn't see the shadow. How does it work? He sees his shadow. He gets scared. He runs back into his fucking hole. And what happens? We get more winter?
Oh, then that means spring's around the corner. But if he sees his shadow, then what? 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah, something like that. I have no idea. We watch this and we know every fucking year this happens. We're just talking about how we feel like this just happened.
You know what?
We still don't know what the rules are here.
And once again, we're not there. There's two things we want to do. We want to go to a Super Bowl, and we want to go to a Groundhog Day.
Ah, yes.
And we can't get either one of them done.
Wouldn't that be great if we were in the middle of Gobbler's Knob right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought we suggested maybe we send somebody to this whole
Well, I wouldn't mind sending somebody. Going myself, please.
Why, man? I bet you it's a pretty good party going on.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
I bet. Is it like, it's probably a whole week worth of parties like the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm sure it starts today, and yeah, then it carries over to Friday and Saturday, and then everyone has to get the fuck out of town to get to their Super Bowl parties.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
So we got that going on today. I had no idea.
Which is nice.
We'll go to the live...
please. Of course we will.
The live simulcast soon.
Yeah.
It's in the hour to see what's going on with fucking winter.
This is ridiculous. We haven't even had much of a winter, so... Yeah.
Dude, I was on my bike yesterday in Central Park. That's crazy.
Yesterday was ridiculous nice weather.
What was it, like 65?
Yeah, no jacket
Low 60s?
needed. Just walking around New York.
It's all nice, but, you know, you got to start believing in global warming yet. And I'll tell you why.
But last year was abominable.
I'll tell you why. Because, you know, the people that came before us, you know, like the ice age? You know that ice, when it reformed the entire planet, it was only moving, I think, a foot a year.
Yeah, it was not
Not
much
even,
at all.
maybe.
Yeah.
So the people or whatever things were around never noticed it because it happened so slow
Really
around
slow,
them.
yeah.
This weather change, I go, within our lifetime, I remember growing up and having really bad winters every single winter.
Maybe that's just the ones you remember.
And then you fast
because
forward
they
a
were
couple
bad.
decades, and we're walking around in short sleeves in February. That's nuts.
I like it.
It's changing too fast, is what I'm saying.
You think it is? I don't know. Last year was bad. Last year was fucking cold and snowy.
Last year was certainly bad, but I think if you did the average, the last 5 winters, they're milder.
But you got to
Easily.
average like the last 100 or something, you know?
No, how about we just average the ones in our lifetime? It's getting scary.
I think we get those.
We went from, yes, we're having a winter. Remember those stupid commercials for cold medicine stuff, and they always showed the horrible streets in New York, and people can't even walk. It's so miserable out.
Yeah.
When was the last time we had that?
I know.
Years.
Well, last year. But
maybe last year.
Yeah, last year
I say
was
maybe
bad.
because I'm talking about when we were growing up, that type of weather was day after day, not just 1 or 2 days, and then it went back to, you know.
But here's another deal with that. Like technology and the city's infrastructure has gotten better where they're constantly plowing the streets while the snow's coming down. So we never really see that huge buildup in the streets, the stuck cars. Unless you go up to Harlem or out to the Bronx where they don't plow until 3 days later because, who's really got to get out to work? So, but
Mayor
there's
has
not
a tough job there.
Yeah, tough to work.
He knows. He only has so many funds, and he's finagling some things.
It's like a video game. It's like fucking The Sims or something. You just
Tropico.
It's like Tropico or Sim City. I'll let those people have the exclamation points over their head going.
We can't plow every street, so what do we do here?
We rotate them like we do the pictures in the lobby. We rotate the streets that we plow or don't plow for some reason or the poor neighborhoods.
Maybe we take care of the snow better. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we absolutely take care of the snow better because I remember even in suburban Long Island, in some of the nicer areas, even there the plows didn't come through until the storm was over and there was 3 feet of snow on the roads.
So then it took a lot longer to get rid of the snow?
Now they just plow it and salt them to where, it doesn't even build up on the streets a lot of times.
Were you an ice skater growing up?
No.
We were ice skaters.
Really?
Yeah, because it, got us out of the house. So our parents would just drop us off in these, ponds and shit around Long Island.
Ponds? You were ice skating?
Thank you.
Really?
You just made my point.
Yeah.
See, you don't even have a memory of that. When I was growing up, it was very normal on the weekend, especially in the winter. My parents would drop us off at a pond, and there were hundreds of kids there, and we all would just skate around for a couple hours, and they'd come and pick us up.
Where'd you grow up? A Dickens novel? What the fuck are you doing?
What I'm saying, I don't remember the last time I saw a pond even frozen.
Yeah, that's true. People are always falling through whatever thin ice does get on there every year. So
yeah, I think
I
do remember when we were growing up, we lost one around Milldam. Mill Dam pond.
Somebody fell through.
Oh yeah, we lost them too.
I remember.
I think my brother
doing that too. In the sump, it was in one of the sumps. Really? It was slightly frozen over, and some kids decided, they're going to walk out on the ice, and some chubby kid fell through.
Really?
And boy, they had to make the announcement in school.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost one too. It was my brother's grade. I didn't know the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Death came early.
Boy.
You don't want
Grim Reaper grabbed him.
You don't want to have to deal with death until you're a little older. Man, when you're in grammar school and that death comes early, that is some creepy shit.
Yeah, now the parents are like, fuck, man, I didn't want to have to deal with this shit until he got a little older, but
we were living a horror movie. I told the story. Washington Drive School.
Yeah.
We're all, I don't know, 4th grade, 5th grade. And the beloved principal, he was beloved. Mr. Leone or Mr. Leone or something like that. It's been a long time since I've thought about his name. But he went scuba diving out there in Wading River.
Uh-oh.
And he had a problem, and he died. And now we're walking through Washington Drive School. It was so fucking creepy because we lost our beloved principal.
Yeah.
The kids were it was a horror show.
But did
no one could be consoled. No one.
Back then, they didn't have the grief counselors either.
No!
So it was probably the gym teacher going,
I can't the president die the president. Fucking what an asshole. The principal's dead.
Right.
I suck.
Right.
The principal's dead.
Yeah, no. That's all right. It was a good idea. But he had a scuba diving accident in Wading River out there on Long Island.
Yeah.
And we all got the calls at home, on a Sunday night, I think, and we still had to go to school on Monday. And like you said, there were no grief counselors, and we're just little kids trying to figure out what the fuck is going on still.
Yeah.
And now we're thrown this death thing at an early age.
That is
Holy
a bitch.
Fuck, it was bad. And then the hallways were empty, and because
all depressing.
Yeah, because he really was one of those guys. He just worked the school constantly. He was a good.
Those hands-on principals. Ooh,
one of the ones that everyone liked. Everyone. So,
I never trust those people. Tell you the truth, principals and
who are too
teachers
beloved.
That are too,
Who knows?
They're in the hallway going, okay, come on now, get to class, pat him on the ass, a little, and everyone loves him.
Why can't the
principal? I don't know what's going on in there. He should be hated and despised.
Why can't he just be beloved without it leading to kid touching?
Why? Because
why does everything have to lead to kid touching?
All roads lead to kid touching.
Yeah, it's just a natural progression.
No,
exactly.
It's not natural progression.
It's so natural.
Yeah. Romney fucked up overnight, huh?
Well,
even Limbaugh's on his case.
He did fuck up, but it's truly the left media that's really taking him out of context.
Well, Limbaugh was all about it too.
Well, Limbaugh
he's not a left.
He's a Newt guy, though.
He really is pushing for Newt.
Yeah, so he's going to bash Romney, but
this is where I stand. I'm not.
He's an idiot for saying.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
wording it the way
Romney,
he
but
did.
I'm not a big fan of Romney. But I don't think it's a huge fuck up. I really don't. I understand what he was saying in the clip, but how things work today, they're going to take that one part.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to crucify him for the next few days.
He said, "I'm not concerned about the very poor," and that's the clip they're using.
Right, that sounds horrible.
That sounds, wow, you fucking guy's not concerned about the very poor in this country.
And you take it out of context, like, of course, the media does.
Yeah.
That's going to be a rough one.
But he said he's also not concerned about the rich because they're doing fine. And he's not concerned about the very poor because there are things in place.
Safety nets,
as he called them, that will take care of them so they're not, they're not just in the streets dying for the most part.
Right.
What he wants to concentrate on is building the country up through the middle class.
Right.
And the majority of the country who are working people that are, maybe homeowners, struggling, have some kids, they're contributing to society, and that's what he's concentrating on. But the way he made it sound is, let's throw away these poor. I have no use for them, and that's kind of the way they're spinning it.
He's not smart. I mean,
no, that's a dumb thing to say.
He just
he said it.
He just handed the Obama camp a fucking golden nugget, man, a golden ticket, because they're going to be playing this in an ad.
Who does he think
when the time comes?
Who's his vice president?
He doesn't even know. He can't pick Newt, and Santorum is still a kid.
I think he should take Ron Paul.
He's not going to take Ron Paul.
I'm telling you,
it's not even a
what
chance.
that does is that would pull Obama voters. No one else in the Republican Party has any shot at getting an Obama vote.
Yeah, but
Ron Paul does.
He would not do it.
It's not even I bet you it's not even open for discussion.
I bet it's not even on the short list or the long list.
Why is that though?
Because
he comes
off like a nut. He comes off like a fucking crazy person to the majority of the country. His constituency seems to be.
The people that love him, man.
Like
big time.
Like hippie types,
right?
the people that love smoking weed. They love the idea. They love the idea of not even less government, no government.
Right.
Which a lot of these people would be suffering and crying if they actually literally got no government. So he's not mainstream enough. For this country.
Then who does he take?
I think he's just going to pull someone out of his ass.
I don't think it can't be Santorum. Santorum's still green, like I said. Newt Gingrich is too erratic.
I still don't put Christie out of it.
I think Christie is up.
Might go with Christie.
Or just somebody.
Although he's obese. I'm telling you, have you ever seen an unfit, like in our lifetime, a fat president or fat...
Not in our lifetime.
No, it's a weird...
Unfortunately. I like
guys
a fat
usually win.
president like Taft.
I bet you Christie's on some kind of short list if he has that already.
Definitely.
And I bet you it's other people that obviously weren't part of this whole process.
How about Condoleezza Rice? I've heard her name mentioned.
I mean, who has dropped out? He would never take Rick Perry. John Huntsman. I kind of like John Huntsman a little bit.
John Huntsman.
But he's out of it. Herman Cain. He can't take Herman Cain.
But Condoleezza Rice also has a tremendous resume. I mean, she was Secretary of State under Bush. I mean,
it's going to be someone that's really not in the spotlight like the rest of these guys.
She's got that Bush baggage, though, man. She's got that whole thing with, they would use the Iraq thing, the whole thing with going in under false pretense.
She was really good, though, at... When you heard her speak, she's smart.
Yeah.
And she was really good at defending those policies. Like she was very unapologetic
but
about those policies.
People would twist those around as saying she was very good at lying and not being honest with herself. Because the book she put out about Bush and Cheney and her time spent with them pretty much said, I didn't agree with a lot of stuff. I said things that I didn't want to say. She's a good soldier, but I think when that shit comes out, it could be really twisted around like she wasn't honest.
Maybe.
I'm not sure, but it seems that you'd give the Democrats a lot of ammo.
Right. What about Michael Rubio?
How about Michael Bublé?
Michael Rubio from Florida.
Isn't he? Yeah.
What about Michael Rubio?
They've been knocking his name around.
Yeah, I've heard it mentioned a few times.
Yeah.
You want to hear about another principal dying?
What?
Yeah, man. When death comes early, it's not easy to deal with. Dave in New York.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Happy
man.
birthday, Jimmy.
Hi, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, I went up to school when I grew up in Terrytown in Sleepy Hollow, and when I was in the 7th grade...
Boo! Hey, is it Mike Rubio or Marco Rubio, by the way?
Marco Rubio.
It is. I'm sorry. I just realized I made that mistake. All right, go ahead, Dave.
What?
So I was in the 7th grade twice. And this
stupid.
You were in the 7th grade twice.
You dummy. Hey, stupid.
Dumb lunkhead.
Hey, stupid. Oh,
The
God.
irony of it is, I'm
Hey, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hey.
Hold on. We're
Hey,
doing
hey.
bits here.
Hey, where?
Hold on.
Dude, where are you from?
Terrytown.
Where?
Sleepy Hollow.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, where's your head?
You think they're sick of that headless horse?
Oh, are they ever?
All it was the headless horse, but our football team was the headless horse.
Of course.
Of course.
Wherever you go, I'm sure the specials at the diner have something to do with
That's it.
I'm sure that dumb logo's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I was the one.
Why? We got a few things to do here, sir. Why 7th grade twice?
Well, because I had a lot of shit going on in that back then. Horses running through my house.
I'm scared. I'm scared of you. I'm scared.
Okay, sir.
7th grade twice. Why? You had a lot of shit going on?
7th grade twice. You know, a lot of shit going on growing up. You know, one parent. It was rough.
Let me ask you this, because I always wondered about the kids that got left back. What do you do for a living now?
I'm a teacher, actually.
That's funny.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
I love Dave. All right, Dave, what do you got, buddy?
So anyway, 7th grade.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Ichabod.
Yes, sir.
Because, you know, I was one of the struggling kids. This principal was always helping me out and stuff.
Well, according to Jimmy, that means he was touching you.
I didn't say that.
I
did.
I'm just following the flow chart.
That was Anthony's observation.
Yes.
I concurred.
Yeah, okay.
I concurred with
I'm
the
just going
molestation.
back to the old bit where the flow chart leads always to kid touching.
Molestation.
So you need a little extra help. That means he was touching your
a little
fan.
extra help
Yeah.
in your underwear. Go ahead.
Right.
Fortunately for me, my hiney was left untouched.
Aw.
Wow, you were dumb and you had a badass.
Yeah, you were the dummy.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So it was the summer of like 85, 86.
Was it?
And, yeah, and
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
well, I'm just going back in time a little bit. And so
He's reflecting.
come to find out, halfway through the summer, he and his wife and his 2 children had a horrible car accident over in Rockland County, I think, and they ended up under a truck. All 4 of them died.
Car accident. Did the headless horse run across the fucking highway?
That's what happened.
I just assume everyone dies because of the headless horse. Is the horse headless or the headless?
Oh, the guy's
Horseman.
headless.
The headless
The
horse.
Horseman.
horse.
I know where his ass is. It's the headless horseman.
Horseman?
The headless horse.
The headless horse.
It's Walt. Walt's horse.
Yeah, where would you put the reins? They would just keep slipping off. Every time he whinnies, they fall off.
Headless horse. The guy's riding it like, what the fuck is going on? I hate this.
So you lost the principal and his entire family. That's similar to what happened to me. That shit's scary, man.
It was sad. It was a bad year that year.
Did I ever talk about?
They're in Sleepy Hollow.
I think it might have been Ms. McCutcheon,
Oh.
or was it Mrs.? Maybe someone from Washington Drive could confirm this.
Did you say McCutcheon?
McCutcheon, I believe.
Ah.
These are names I haven't thought about in years. Summer break.
Mm-hmm.
It happened during the summer. Yeah, the family's name was Hirsch, Mr. Hirsch.
I thought,
All right, thank you.
Opie
sir.
was telling a
Thanks,
story.
guys. Have a great day.
No,
This guy, he's still a
another
dummy.
another death came early. Mrs. McCutcheon. She was beloved, too. She was my second grade teacher.
Death comes calling.
But I think this happened a few years after I was gone from Washington Drive. I'm not sure, but we got the news that Ms. or Mrs. McCutcheon was up there in Canada enjoying the winter break or whatever.
That sounds nice.
Might have been summer.
Yeah, it sounds nice, too.
And she's in a car, a rental. And, all of a sudden, she comes around a corner. And there's a guy flying in his car, his truck, with his plow up.
Oh. Oh, no.
And supposedly, we were told, maybe something got lost in the translation, that she was beheaded. She was beheaded.
Wow.
She lived most of her life, though. Cause she seemed,
without a head?
Well, she seemed to be older.
Oh.
But I was a little thing, so maybe she was only 40.
That's
so I don't know.
Ancient.
But how I remember it, she was a bit older to begin with. And,
this break is macabre.
And I don't know if that's true.
Yeah?
But that's, that's what was told. By the time it was told to me, she was beheaded. And that's
now
how
it's
she
small
died.
town legend, so it might as well be true.
Yeah.
Do you know when you said McCutcheon?
I think it's McCutcheon.
You reminded me of an awful joke that I did.
Oh, back in the good old days?
Yeah.
Was it the obese primate days?
No, it made obese primates look like fucking, like Pryor's fucking monkey running up the arm, putting his dick in my ear bit. It was, do you know the town of Metuchen, New Jersey?
Yes. Oh boy. Strap in, kids.
Did I ever tell you this one?
I don't think so.
Not me touching my balls.
It was close to that, yeah. It was.
I've heard that over the years.
Let's hear it with the inimitable delivery.
It sounds like something Elvis would say. I'm touching myself.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't do that.
I did.
Oh.
I did.
And you added in the
Oh, of course, because it was Elvis.
Of course it was.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Touching
myself.
Did it get a laugh?
I don't think so.
No. They got a laugh today.
Yeah.
We laughed.
Not with me.
Laughing at you.
You know,
it's not nice.
Just when I was putting myself out there defending principles as far as touching kids, we got a kid touching story.
Ah.
And it's a death story.
Oh, good.
All wrapped up into one.
Well, let me get my dick out.
Yeah. Tattletale.
Derek in Long Island.
Hey, how you guys doing? Opie, I grew up in
Didn't even wait for an answer.
Probably not far from where you grew up. I went to
Well, let's break this down a little bit. I was in the little town of Centerport, Long Island, which is part of the Huntington Township.
The township.
Where did you live?
I lived in Huntington Village.
Hoity and toity.
Hold on. How close to F.H. Riley's, my brother's restaurant, which is on, I believe, New York Avenue, 400 New York Avenue. Pretty much the heart of Huntington Village. How
Try
close
the
to
mac
that
and
place?
cheese.
Yes.
Dude, the mac and cheese, I'm still fucking shitting that out from Sunday.
What an endorsement.
That mac and cheese is ridiculously good.
That mac and cheese.
If you don't give a shit about what you look like, go to F.H. Riley's and order the mac and cheese. You'll thank me later.
Oh.
I didn't say it, but I looked that way.
I've had the mac and cheese.
That was it.
How ridiculous is that?
Looks like you have it in your hair.
That mac and cheese is great. Your colon's going to hold that until Obama's out of office. It's just going to stay there.
What's that?
Great.
Your phone broke up.
Anyway,
What'd you say, sir?
We didn't hear the mac and cheese joke.
Something about Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I know.
It's almost as funny when they know.
How close to F.H. Riley's did you grow up?
I grew up very, very close to F.H. Riley's. In fact, I worked at a record store in Huntington, and I'm sure Anthony came in with his Rot Gut CDs, probably waved to me back in the day.
Ah.
What record store? The one on
Rush
New York
with
Avenue?
Yeah, the one on New York Avenue, Soundtracks. I had worked there.
Soundtracks fucking closed.
Yes,
Another mom and pop fucking music store closing. I thought those places would at least survive, Ant.
Yeah,
but they went out of business.
No, the fancy little boutiques around Huntington.
I like that place.
Taken over by the big boys.
I like that place because they had the good stuff.
The vinyl,
they had the good stuff. The illegals.
Oh, the bootlegs.
the good bootlegs.
I like how you're whispering like they're going to still get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
You
never know. You never know, though.
Let me tell you what they
Yeah, we're calling the authorities right now.
When I was into my Nirvana and stuff, I would dig through, and I found some stuff, man, at that place. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, so we all have a connection. That's good to know. All right, so anyway, this guy, Southdown School, this principal, I was, elementary school. I remember walking down the hall, and the principal just grabbed my shirt, threw me to the floor for no fucking reason. A couple of times, just walking down the hall, going to lunch or whatever. He just walks by. He'd walk by these kids, and he'd just stick his finger in their chest for no reason. The guy was a douchebag.
Chicks?
I didn't see him do it to any girls. He did it to most of the guys.
I'd use 2 fingers instead of one in the middle. 2, one on each nipple, one on each budding little nub.
Each curious breast.
It was a different time. Back then, growing up, that's what's wrong with kids today.
You could fuck a kid back then. What?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you were getting at?
Teach him a lesson?
Yeah, you could fuck with them. And the principal or the teachers, they would never get in trouble because we were raised to fear authority. Yeah. And that's why we all ended up fucked up as we did, I guess. So anyway, this guy, he was a real boring.
The story just goes on and on. You're fucking pontificating.
Well, he died of cancer. I couldn't be happier.
Okay, at least it ended funny.
It ended funny. Cancer's funny, and he died of cancer.
Just because he poked you in the chest a little too hard.
Oh, well, he threw me to the floor. That was the good one. I enjoyed that. Yeah, it was good.
School days. Dear old golden rule days.
Aw.
Sounds wonderful.
All right,
fascinating.
Sir.
All right.
Lovely story.
Thank you for the F.H. Riley's plug. That's a terrific place. Hey, we got the Mitt Romney clip. We're all over the place, but it's all coming.
I like that. We're zigging and zagging. We're serpentining through this break.
So you're going to hear this clip a million fucking times today. I'm not concerned about the very poor, but here's the whole clip. But the media will just take that part.
Yeah.
And crucify the guy.
By the way, I'm in this race because I care about Americans. I'm
the
not
white race?
Concerned about the very poor. We have a safety net there. If it needs a repair, I'll fix it.
All right. I know I said last question, but I got to ask you. You just said, I'm not concerned about the very poor because they have a safety net. And I think there are lots of very poor Americans who are struggling who would say, that sounds odd.
Finish the sentence, Soledad. I said, I'm not concerned about the very poor that have a safety net, but if it has holes in it, I will repair them.
Got it. Okay.
The challenge right now, we will hear from the Democratic Party the plight of the poor. And there's no question, it's not good being poor, and we have a safety net to help those that are very poor. But my campaign is focused on middle-income Americans. My campaign, you can choose where to focus. You can focus on the rich. That's not my focus. You can focus on the very poor. That's not my focus. My focus is on middle-income Americans.
Terrible fucking clip for him.
Yeah.
What a terrible... Even though I know what he's saying.
You're right. It opens
him
up.
And she's a cunt.
Yeah, you got to be smarter. You just got to be smarter.
Because she didn't quote him accurately.
Right.
And good for him to call him out. Finish the sentence, Soledad, or whatever her name was.
But Soledad O'Brien.
But that's but they're going to play just that one part over and over again.
But even hearing the rest of the clip, it's like, ugh.
I'll say it today, man. I don't see Obama losing this fucking thing right now. Sorry. I don't see him losing this.
But then again, the very poor wouldn't have voted for Mitt Romney anyway. That's not his base. So it's like, is he losing anybody by saying that? Probably not.
No, but...
Middle class and are the ones he probably wants to pull from Obama, so that's probably the ones he's appealing to.
As we sit here today, I don't see Obama losing this fucking thing. I just
really?
don't. Yeah.
I don't know.
When a guy that rich says that, it's like, you don't want to hear that shit.
It really comes off poorly.
You can never go wrong when you say that you really want to help poor people.
Yeah, why would you just don't even acknowledge it? Why would you do that?
Well, maybe he's thinking there's
he's being honest, which God bless him for that.
A large segment of this society that has been overlooked as the productive members of this society in lieu of them paying so much attention to the poor and the downtrodden in this country. It seems like a cheap, easy way over the years to get votes and look like you're a hero and you're this moral guy. And he's just saying, look, here's a shitload of fucking people, potential voters, that I want to address and I will be representing instead of just again, being this president that goes, we must help the poor. I see what he's doing here. But he really could have worded that a little better.
Yeah, I see what he's saying there, too, Ant. But he just wasn't smart about it.
You don't see a lot of... It's hard to say that because you don't see a lot of rich people's kids coming back from Iraq. I'm not saying that they don't go or they don't ever serve, but it's stupid to say something like that when a lot of the fucking grunt work in this country is done by people that don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like the fucking military, everything we have, we are so proud of our military. Very, very, very few of them on a non-officer level are fucking not.
But he didn't say people that are not. He didn't say people that are getting along. He said the very poor, which again can be twisted around. But I think he honestly means people that are out of work, on welfare, food stamps, things like that. He said the very poor. His campaign isn't going to just concentrate on that.
But what it sounds like, and I know that they take it out of context too.
Yeah.
But when you say they got a safety net, if there's a hole, I'll fix it. What that sounds like is that's where they are.
Right.
That's where they're going to stay. And if there's a hole in their net, I'll fix it to make sure they don't fall any further.
But I don't see any holes right now.
That sounded terrible.
It did sound terrible. I agree.
Dumb motherfucker.
You know,
I agree.
Russia's absolutely going after him even. But like Ant said, I guess Russia's a Newt guy.
I think Russia's a Newt guy.
Really wants to help Newt.
Well, Romney he sees as a... But that's dumb from Rush because Newt has no shot at getting the nomination.
Nah,
none.
Newt's crazy.
Romney's going to be the guy, it looks like.
Doesn't Newt seem like a little kid that just doesn't know it's time to leave the party?
Yeah.
Like, I found him hateable way back when, and I find him hateable now.
That
I know
is
he's
true.
not a dumb guy.
The guy that won't leave the party.
Yeah, he's the fucking fat douchebag who's not getting his own way.
Although it's looking really good for Romney, I feel it's still just slightly too early for him to leave, though. Why not do a couple more weeks?
The sun's coming up. There's beer bottles all around the house. Everyone else is gone, and he's going, put on Animal House. Oh, God, could you go home? I want to go to sleep.
But aren't you that guy usually?
No, I'm throwing the party.
But
I've changed. I throw the parties now.
I follow your Twitter enough to know that you're outlasting every single person in your house.
Yeah, usually. But my Twitters are very misleading because a lot of times I'm sleeping. And then I wake up and I'm able to stay up late because people go, when do you sleep?
Right.
It's like when you don't see me tweeting, I'm sleeping.
Right.
Sometimes that's a long clip.
All right, we go back to kid touching.
All right, all roads.
I would love to think this is a real call, but I have a feeling this is an exaggeration. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, man.
Hello.
Dude, this is totally real.
Okay, go ahead.
Grew up, should I say the town or no? It's on Long Island.
Why not?
Yeah, just say the town now.
West Hempstead.
All right, don't go any further.
Yeah, don't say any names.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
all right,
just
ahead.
ethnicity. Go.
Yeah.
So this is actually kind of a pathetic story, so Jimmy will appreciate it.
Yes.
I was in 7th grade. It was like the height of grunge rock, and my home ec teacher, girl teacher, was this fat pig, and she made me come after school early. Come after school to work on my pillow that I was knitting.
Yeah,
and it was
fruit. Wait, it was a fat pig teacher?
Fat pig.
Was she hot?
Fat pig.
Was she hot?
Well, sometimes, if she has youth on her side, the fat isn't as bad.
She was busty.
See? All right, now we're talking. All right.
So I actually
would she show off the cleavage a little bit?
No, she wore moo-moos.
Her slovenly tits.
Oh, she must have been huge if she's wearing moo-moos.
Fat lady dress.
Oh, boy.
The only one that could wear those was Mrs. Roper.
Yeah, Audra Lindley, who didn't want to stick her.
Moo-moo.
There
it is.
I almost yelled at Eric as a joke to not have the Roper's theme queued up. Your story will be right there, sir.
God, this is so bad.
Do you know how
and now
much
it's
they
going to be
hate this?
stuck in my head again. Look, he's got the plunger and he's dancing around.
And then Jeffrey Tambor's wife comes in.
Oh, and he
does his tennis move.
He shoves the plunger up her ass.
And he throws plates at her. Mr. Soames did it again.
All right. All right.
All right. So
sir.
she wore moo-moos, but she was busty.
Yeah, I'm still here.
And she made you. What did she teach again?
like they called it Home and Careers, which is basically
Home and Careers.
Just home ec. Just stop with naming new names for the same old shite.
Wasn't it home ec, right? Yeah, okay.
Home economics.
So I had a black satin pillow, and in the middle of it said Nirvana. And around the outside, I put the names in different colors. And she made me come and work on it. And
let's be honest, though, you made Chris Novoselic, his name slightly smaller, right?
On the back of the pillow.
Yeah. But Dave Grohl and Kurt, you made sure people saw those names.
Nah, you misheard me do the songs, not the band members. I was too young to appreciate the band members.
Oh, just songs? What songs did you pick?
Teen Spirit.
Polly.
Huh?
I remember Polly was too big it was so much bigger than the rest of the songs. It was in orange. And Smells Like Teen Spirit, and then On a Plane, and then Dumb. I fucking sucked.
Oh,
but
all right.
And now I'm a teacher to make fun of other kids that suck that were like me and make myself feel better. So she put the pillows in this big trunk, and us little guys, you really had to really get up and bend over and get it. And she came up behind me to act like she was helping me get the pillow, and she was like rubbing her big, fat, mushy, fucking thing under her belly, that little pot under her belly.
Yeah, the bunt.
Right against,
the bunt?
Yeah, the bunt. Right against my fucking ass. And then in class, and she was so heavy, and the class was narrow like a shoebox, she'd walk behind my seat and rub her fat tits on the back of my head. And I actually appreciated it. I was 7th grade. I was jerking off like a monkey.
Yeah.
But, so I appreciate it. But then I went to the principal, and I'm like, look, this is happening. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. She makes me come after school like 3 times a week, and I'm totally done with the project. And he's like, listen, sometimes you kids tend to exaggerate things, so I say just suck it up. And,
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
You know what, though? We all heard suck it up when we were growing up.
Suck it up, walk it off.
Walk it off, suck it up.
What a tattletale.
Deal with it.
But did she ever touch your genitals? Did she fondle them?
She did like reach around me to help me get my pillow, my satin black fucking.
Enough about the pillow.
Yeah, the dumbass pillow.
This pillow.
Enough about the pillow.
What song are they singing, by the way? On do we have the pucks? They're singing a song.
Wow.
Can we pot that up?
Yeah, they are.
No, we can't.
Oh.
Why can't we?
He has to change the channel to one of these, and he gets all confused.
Why don't we have constant live coverage? Isn't there somewhere that is playing just the live coverage from Gobbler's Knob?
Now go back, because now it's too late again. And we need the main channel up over there.
Whatever the channel is that you can just hit the button to, that's the one that should be on.
Oh, fuck. I'm getting pulled over. Son of a bitch.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. Don't
stay on the phone.
Don't get off the phone. Put it in your lap or something.
Yeah,
hide it. Let's hear.
This is great radio. We love when this happens.
Let's hear.
All right, I'm on straight path. Should I stop or no?
Oh, shit.
You're getting pulled over on straight path? What
is it a real
do you
cop
need today?
Oh, fuck. All right, hang on a minute.
Oh, God.
Why are you getting pulled over on straight path? That's like...
Hope the cop shoots him.
That used to be a drug area, right?
Not nice, Anthony. I'm a fucking Long Island.
Straight path? Fuck yeah. Are you in the white section or the black section of straight path?
Where's the white section?
It gets white near the end.
Each end of it gets a little
near what?
Whiter.
Deer Park Avenue, right? It gets a little white.
I'm moving towards Deer Park Avenue. All right, hang on.
Are you near the train station? God, I used to drive that road all the time, coming back from BAB.
What are they singing?
I think he's rapping.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm on the cell phone.
Oh, did they get him for a cell phone?
It's the Opie and Anthony show. Don't know. All right.
Oh. That hurt. Used to get me out of tickets all the time.
We're not popular anymore.
The
cops used to always
I think he told him to shut it off.
Yeah. He's getting a ticket for fucking being on a cell phone. Driving down straight path? Come on, man.
Oh, man.
That's scary enough.
Hi, yeah, it's the Opie and Anthony show.
Oh, well.
Well. Hopefully he's being tased as we speak.
How great would that be?
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
Wish we were live for that.
On the cell phone, that's a bad one to get.
Cell phone?
I mean, it's just because it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary to get it.
You realize how easy it is to drive with a cell phone to your ear after texting and driving?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, come on.
It's a breeze.
That's easy. We could all do that.
Yeah, punch in a few numbers.
That texting gets a little rough, man. Holy fuck.
You just can't do it.
Siri can be helpful, though.
Yeah.
Siri, if it's working, if it's quiet,
right,
you can talk. It is actually not bad.
Yeah.
As Sam Roberts had to hear.
Oh. Sam Roberts.
What do you got, Sam Roberts?
Oh, is this live coverage? Because I believe the guy with the top hat was rapping. Oh. That's what he's doing.
They're entertaining everyone?
They're entertaining no one.
I don't know. That shout song gets people going.
It's a terrible song.
Are they all going to jump on the ground at the end, you think?
Holy shit, it's Otis Day on the Nights.
That was another one of my awful fucking jokes for years.
What?
Something about when you try to have sex and you can't. It's like that song, Shout, a little bit softer now, a little bit softer now. I don't remember how I would do it.
Why would you sing that?
Because I was like thinking my penis wouldn't get hard.
Oh, a little bit softer now. Wow.
It was really bad. It's a miracle I'm still in this business. Stunk.
There it is.
Aren't they supposed to be on their backs at this point, Ant? Where's the part where you go on your back and look like an
Yeah. No one's. A few of them are enjoying this. Dumb song.
This is from Punxsutawney.
Yeah.
Not a Negro to be found.
I've never wanted to hear Allah Akbar so bad in my life. Fucking Punxsutawney. Despise them.
Who are the chicks in the background? Look like some local high school girls.
Yeah, they're probably a bunch of Punxsutawney Phil girlfriends or something.
Ah, well, whatever, Chip.
If you need a little knowledge about this place, a lot of colleges in the area.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, so it's a big party, man.
Wow, look at all those
A lot
people.
of colleges.
It's like Woodstock or something.
Yeah. We should break. So that's the Mitt
right, we
Romney
got
clip.
food.
We got Rich Vos coming in today. We
Thank
got Dr.
Christ.
Steve's best man speech today.
I hear that.
We got Mars calling another radio station, I guess, to talk about his first gay experience.
Yeah, he called in some show.
Should we play that now, maybe?
That's
fantastic. I was listening to the radio, and he called in a show called Cock Talk.
Cock Talk?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Are they going to the Super Bowl? Is Cock Talk?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They were in Indiana when he called in.
Look, we don't have to do this. I'm just asking. Do you have a Super Bowl update today? Because I love the Super Bowl updates. And we only have 2 more live shows before the Super Bowl.
I could poke around and see if there's any more information.
I did hear chatter.
Oh. Chatter?
Sweetie.
Oh, I'm sick. God damn it. No!
Take good care of
The
yourself.
sneeze.
Oh.
The first sneeze.
Shit.
Yes, you've heard chatter.
Super Bowl talk will be taking place tomorrow and Saturday at Bananas in Poughkeepsie.
Oh.
Where I'll be warming up for my special.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Go see.
And Bailey J is a confirmed attendee.
Wow.
In one of the shows, yes.
Hotness with a cock.
The lovely Bailey J.
Really?
Yeah, she lives up there.
You want to find out if that guy got a ticket or not?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you're back on the phone. Thank God. We were very concerned.
Yes.
Very concerned.
You think I'm fucking bullshitting, aren't you?
No, we heard the panic. So we need to know: did you or did you not get a ticket just now?
It's pretty fast.
Gives a fuck.
I hope he's back on the phone driving and the same cop pulls him over.
Wait a minute! I just gave you a break.
You
What are
fucking
doing?
asshole.
Bridesmaids, very funny, by the way.
You liked it?
I did, yeah.
Do you think it's Academy Award material?
Absolutely not.
That is one of the most ridiculous
What are you talking
fucking
about?
things. Bridesmaids.
It's nominated?
Yeah.
No.
Is it nominated for
Yep.
Best Picture? Or
Best,
No,
best
no,
screenplay.
And the fat
And
chick.
supporting actress.
The fat chick was amazing.
She was very funny.
Not Oscar.
Not Oscar.
She was not Oscar.
She saved the fucking movie. I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it again because I didn't understand the hype. But too many people are liking this movie. I gotta watch it again.
I'll tell you what the hype I think was is that they finally used some honest language, and there was a couple of really funny quote unquote guy type scenes in a girl movie, which was funny. I mean, Kristen Wiig was good, and what I liked about it is that none of them were really that attractive except the really one hot one. Which, the girl getting married was mopey looking. Kristen Wiig's okay.
Well,
the fat one's not hot.
That was Rudolph, right? Getting married.
Oh, is that Maya Rudolph?
Yeah.
It was none of them were that fucking smoking hot. So I kind of like the fact that it wasn't that.
The best scene in the movie is Kristen Wiig and that little girl going at
arguing. Oh yeah, and then this story.
Yeah, have you seen?
Great.
They released a really long version of that scene that goes on for I think 8 to 9 minutes. Obviously, they can't use that in the movie. It's fucking hilarious.
I thought
you know the scene, right, Ant?
Yeah.
With the little girl.
A couple of the scenes were a little like they did the same. Like when she's driving by the cop car, they probably could have showed that 2 or 3 times instead of 6.
Yeah, that's...
like there was a couple of things in that I would have done differently.
Little girl, that chick is smoking fucking hot.
Well, I mean, I think she plays like a 15-year-old in the movie.
That chick is smoking fucking hot.
It's 10 minutes long.
Smoking fucking hot.
Problem. I don't have a
problem. Oh, pause. No, we've done this break already, Aunt. Yeah. She's not smoking hot. She's wearing that type of hat because she has a massive forehead.
Gives a shit. All the better to come on.
No, there's nothing worse than a giant foreheaded girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they're pretty in front, and then they throw their head back whimsically. Ha 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 ha! And like, oh boy, look at that hairline.
Like sonar in there.
Yeah. Fucking boo. Hey, you hammerhead shark beater.
Want to play a little of this going into break?
Mm-hmm.
It's tacky. It's not tacky. Yes. What are you saying? I have bad taste? Obviously. What is that supposed to mean? When you're tacky. Okay, then I guess I'm tacky. Tacky. Okay, well, I think you're acting like
bitch.
What did you say? I said, I think you are a spoiled little brat. Well, you're stupid. Okay, well, at least I'm not stupid and dumb. If you can't come up with a comeback better than that, you're obviously stupid and dumb. You're stupid. You're fat. Have you called Jenny Craig yet? Looks like you're pregnant. Baby bump. I'm not pregnant. Alert. Baby bump alert. You're gonna have an eating disorder. You're gonna be bulimic and your teeth are gonna fall out. Did you forget to take your Xanax this morning? I'm not on Xanax because I don't need it. What, do you overdose or something? No, I don't overdose. If I did, I'd be dead. Well, nobody would care if you were. You don't even know that. I have tons of family. What, are you drunk? No. And if I was, I'd put you in the What, do you drink Listerine? No, I can afford alcohol. Plus, I'm over 21, so I can get it. Obviously not. You're not selling anything. I bet you don't even have a cell phone. You have a beeper. I do not have a beeper. Yes, you do. It's no, I don't. Yes. I have a cell phone, and it has many... What is it, one of those old Nokias? So what? Where did you pick that up? At the garbage dump? No.
This chick's great.
Get it there. Obviously, you need to get laid. You need to stop getting laid, because you're gonna be a stripper. Well, at least I'm pretty enough to be a stripper. You obviously can't be a stripper. You're too ugly. I'm not gonna be a stripper. No one would pay for you. That's not true. It's very true. Well, I'm pretty enough in some places. Yeah, where? Places. Hairy stripper. Yeah. Ugly stripper. No, dark places. Russia? Yeah. No one goes to Russia. Russians do. You're gonna give lap dances to old men. Yeah, well, you're gonna give lap dances to men, and they're gonna put it in you. No, they aren't. That's gonna cost extra. Well, you were probably a mistake. Everybody loves mistakes. They're more interesting. Okay, well, you're young, and your butt stinks. Well, I'd smell something else. Okay, that's disgusting. You shouldn't even know what that is. I have one. Barely. Well, at least mine's not overused. Okay, an overused one is a sign of a hot lady. Of a hot lady? Yeah. Call me when your boobs come in. You call me when yours come in. I don't have your number, you're stupid. Well, I obviously wouldn't give it to a loser like you. My boobs are perfectly proportional to my body. Who told you that? Your ex-boyfriend? Yeah. Yeah, no, ex-boyfriend. No, well, yeah, well, he said that too, but that's none of your business. Well then. What's wrong with my boobs? They're very saggy. They are not saggy. Nobody wants to touch saggy boobs. It's like, that's the only thing you can do with those. Look like little... At least mine are still growing. Yeah. Is that what your mom told you? You're old and your pores are big. Cleanser, twice a day. It's the air in here. I don't feel anything. Well, they don't clean out the vents. I'm sure they do. You probably do that for extra money. No, you have tiny little blackheads on the side of your nose. No, I do not. I use the blackhead eraser. It's not working. You can't even afford a blackhead eraser. I don't even know what that is. Exactly. Because you're old. No, it's because I don't read magazines about... Exactly, you can't afford magazines. Yes, I can.
Holy shit, this goes on for another...
Dude, it's...
like 10 minutes.
they put it online, and look at it. It's doing really well. And Kristen Wiig is funny, absolutely. This girl fucking kills her in this scene.
Yeah.
She's way better in this scene.
But she's...
Because you can tell Kristen Wiig is trying to keep up with her at times.
And but when she gets smashed... She stops and like will have a funny line about like, well, in a dark place. Like,
yeah.
She's good at when she gets a fucking pounding at making it still funny.
Yeah.
Even though I'd probably be a lot better, I would say, like, yeah, well, look at your hat. Looks like a bunch of popcorn's going off or something.
That's a good one.
I know.
No, it's not a good
he's
one.
leaning
It's not a good
over.
one.
He just forearmed Sam.
How long was this scene in the movie? Maybe a minute?
Yeah, it wasn't long at all.
This scene goes on for another 8 minutes here.
Yeah.
The when are yours coming in, that was in the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember which part anymore.
The fat girl was great, though, when she's shitting in the sink and she's like, oh, it's coming out of me like lava. That was a great line. But you know what? It was really well written.
I gotta see it again.
The cop is decent looking. He's not a great looking guy. I just like the fact they didn't go with totally fucking amazing looking people.
Right. And it's nominated.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is it nominated for best screenplay?
Best screenplay and supporting.
Well, that means the writing was terrific, obviously.
Yeah.
You want to hear a little more of this going into break?
Jonah Hill's nominated too.
For what?
Moneyball.
Oh, God.
Jonah Hill, Brad Pitt, and the movie for Best Picture.
Wow.
Wasn't that the one we couldn't get him in for?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Of course. But then he was going to come in for the babysitter movie or whatever that came and went.
That wasn't nominated.
It's like, that's our world right there.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, no, I'll see you guys next time. And we just said no. Like, really?
So glad
if you can't stop by for Moneyball, but you're going to come back when you really need the help, you know.
That chick, Mia Frampton, did we figure out she was a Frampton?
Yeah, we did all this.
And who is she to Peter Frampton?
Her daughter. Or,
is it the daughter?
Or like a...
Oh, that's Peter Frampton's daughter?
Well, there's
some kind of relationship there.
Niece or something. I forget now. We did this exact break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just...
But anyway, if you want to... I guess we could
His
stop
daughter,
there. But
whatever.
this scene... It's amazing they put this up online because it's great. It's Mia Frampton, Kristen Wiig, Bridesmaids, if you want to put it in YouTube. It's the clip that's 10 minutes long.
Her face is in that whispery delivery is hilarious, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's just ripping her apart.
How long was she on SNL for?
Kristen, Jesus, forever. She was almost behind the scenes for a while, and then they finally pushed her into better, you know.
It's very Meisner, what they're doing. It seems like, you know what I mean? Like, you have bad teeth, I have bad teeth, you have bad teeth. It's like a really weird back and forth that eventually shifts into the next insult. It's fun to watch. They're both really good at it, though.
And the whispering makes the scene, obviously, instead of yelling at each other.
Yeah.
You know what she did before SNL?
Yes, but I want you to say
do.
You do.
Yes,
we
I
all
do.
do, but you gotta say it.
Joe fucking Schmo.
She was Dr. Pat.
She was Dr. Pat.
I didn't know that.
What?
She was Dr. Pat on the Joe Schmo show.
On the
My
Joe Schmo
God.
show.
It's the only thing I think
The
of
original
every
Joe
movie
Schmo
she's in.
show.
My
Not the season 2
God.
bullshit.
Right.
Really?
And she was good in it.
She was great.
Yeah, she was good as Dr. Pat.
She had the puppets and everything.
Yes, she did.
Puppets.
She was
Joe
very funny.
Schmo show. The
remember
first
that,
season
yes.
is one of the most amazing reality shows ever.
It's the best reality show. It's one of the most amazing
It's
shows.
unbelievable how great that was. What a dummy.
Matt Kennedy Gould.
Yes. Sorry. Too inside.
No, it's not
The
too
show
inside.
is past most people by at this point. Why don't we play a little more of this clip going into break? What the hell?
Yeah.
From Bridesmaids. The extended scene.
I bet you only get the free ones, like the Onion.
No, I go to the store and read them and put them back on the rack.
Freeloader.
No, it's for the environment.
I'm sure. I bet you have HPV.
Oh, I bet you have it too, and I bet your whole freaking family has it because it's very common.
Well, at least I have the money to take care of it.
Oh, it is incurable.
I can tell that you went to public school.
I did, and I learned about a lot of different
Yeah, you
types
got
of people.
roughed up, didn't you?
Yeah, maybe I did.
No
And then-
boyfriends.
Oh, I had a lot of boyfriends.
Yeah. Gangbangers.
You're not as popular as you think you are.
I am.
It's because you go, ooh, you open them up, and guys
Well,
come
nobody
in.
wants to open up yours.
You go like this, and you go. That's what slut means in high school. I speak the language. You know what you do with that mouth.
I don't
That's
want to
not-
know what you do with your mouth.
I eat with it. I drink with it.
Well, I can smell it.
And I talk to little shits like you.
Well, you smell like you ate a turd for lunch. You eat your own farts.
Farts are not a solid.
Heard of gum, mints, anything? Breath spray?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm
very
sorry.
easy.
I had a spicy steak sub. And I didn't have time to brush my teeth before I came out to
You
wait
can't take
on
the
the
2 extra
princess.
seconds. You look a little shiny.
Okay, well, you look dull.
You look like an old mop.
You look like a little broom with long bristles hanging out of a white...
Everybody likes long bristles. They work better.
Well, you look like a Swiffer.
Swiffers are the best. They're better than those old mops. Haven't you seen the commercials?
Yeah, I have. They're flat and they roll around and don't do anything.
Yes, they do. They can spray water, too.
Okay, well, you know what? You have little nostrils.
At least I don't have a pig nose. You look like a Who from Whoville.
You look like you're insane.
Well, you look like you dressed yourself in the dark this morning.
Well, you look like you're about to sail off to the big seas on your sailor boat. with your little bag and your little hat. It's not even cold out.
You look like a scarecrow and your clothes are sad.
It's called neutral colors. P.S.
What,
and
from Kmart?
Let me know when the
Kmart
ship
sale.
sails off, sailor. When you're going to go out to the seas with your crew.
And I bet you vacation in America.
Because it's the best damn country in the world.
No, it's not. What's the greatest thing here? What
Freedom of speech.
That's
bitch.
everywhere.
No, you can not. No, it's not.
Where isn't it?
Iraq.
Nobody
And
cares
China.
about Iraq.
Everybody does. I do. You look like you're from another country. How's that for an insult?
Men love women from other countries.
You shouldn't be talking about men. You're too young.
You're too old. You're old enough to be my grandma.
I am not old enough to be your... How old are you?
Exactly. If you have to ask.
I ask people because it's polite.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, your grandma must be a very young, beautiful woman. At least I don't look like a little dog.
Oh, she looks like a dinosaur. That's how she should be in the dirt right now.
That is rude. Your grandmother loves you.
No, she doesn't.
Well, I can see why.
My grandma looks like a pile of old rags.
She is your grandmother.
Yeah, but nobody cares about my grandmother.
Oh,
she's an old people's home.
You're a little shit.
You look like a tired bird.
Birds don't get tired.
Yes, they do. They have all those little babies chirping. They have to get tired sometime. You have lines on your face.
Because I laugh a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
At people like you.
At people like me?
Yeah.
I laugh at people like you because you have nothing to laugh about.
I look in the mirror every morning and tell myself I love myself.
Yeah, because nobody else loves you. Obviously, you're very tired. I'd say it's your time of the month, but you're obviously post-menopausal. You can't have a baby. Your eggs are dry.
My eggs are wet.
Wet?
Yeah.
Really? Who says that?
My doctor says my eggs are wet and I can have a baby.
Your doctor?
Yeah, my doctor, my gynecologist.
I'm sure.
You don't even have one yet, probably, because you're not ready yet. You don't know anything about women's science.
More than you, because I still have it.
Maybe I'm tired because I have to sit here and wait on little shits like you all day. You're gonna die someday.
So are you, sooner than me.
Not unless you get killed.
You could get killed tonight.
Well, hopefully.
No one wants to hurt you. I mean, you're too ugly. Sorry.
Okay, well, you're not a teenager yet.
I'm younger than you, so...
Yep, and I'm wiser.
Obviously not. I mean, did you even go to college?
Yes, I went to
community college.
Yes.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's 2 years, and it was fun, and look at me now.
And now you're working in a jewelry
You're going to
store.
grow up, and you're going to fall down one day, and you're going to scratch that face up, and then you'll come back in here and tell me
Why
that...
are you telling that from experience? Because I can tell. Nose job.
Okay, well, you know what? You're going to get one, and it's going to be botched up, and you're going to end up looking like a freaking piece of shit.
Well, you have a mustache.
And it is the darkening of the
Really?
skin above the lip
Really?
and on your cheeks, and it happens in women who are over 20, so look out.
Yeah,
girl,
you're
it's
over
coming.
20 for sure.
I am over 20, and I'm proud of it. You look like you're 30.
Well, that's good.
You know what? You look like a crazy little pit bull with a mud on her face.
You're just saying that because you haven't been laid in a year.
No, I'm saying that because you look like a pit bull. I have been laid in a year. I sleep around.
Yeah, slut.
No, it's called being in my 30s.
Yeah, 30s. Old. I can see gray hairs.
Okay, they're blonde, and you will be
Gray.
old. You don't get gray hairs until you're 45.
You're just saying that because you have them.
You're gonna get hair where you don't even know you can. In between your boobs.
I think you're talking from experience.
No, I'm not.
It's growing out of your shirt.
Very funny.
How did you get it? By sleeping with a gang of bikers?
There's nothing wrong with bikers. They have free spirits.
Well, you need to go to the dentist.
Okay, well, you need to go to the free clinic.
I don't need a free clinic. I have enough money.
Okay, Alex Trebek.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
If you were smart
You
enough.
wouldn't even win money on that show. Because obviously...
Well, you're too young to go on that show, so take that, sister.
Haven't you ever heard of Kids Jeopardy?
It's called Teen Jeopardy.
No, there isn't. There's Kids Jeopardy, too. You're too old to even know that.
I don't watch. That would be weird if I
Exactly,
watched
because
that.
you're not smart.
That is really mean.
No, it's not. It's the truth. At least I'm not asexual.
I am a full-blown woman.
Well, you're an old, single loser who works at a jewelry store, colors her own hair, and will never know the feeling of owning a luxury car.
Well, you know what you are? You are a dirty little ass-licking whore.
Well, you're old, miserable. You'll never get what you want in life. And you'll be alone forever, with no friends.
Okay. You are a twatty little shit-faced fucker.
Well, you're still an old, single loser with no friends and no eggs.
You know what you are? You're a little cunt.
You're fired. She's fired. She's fired. I'm sorry. She's fired.
All
She's
right.
fired. You're fired. You are fired. You are F-I-R-E-D fired. Fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired right now.
Sirius XM. Sirius XM. Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
I think that was some child of the 80s stuff right there.
I remember it well.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, remember that, Ope?
Love those days.
God, so nostalgic thinking back to my childhood, 80s.
We
Goonies.
We got the Groundhog Day thing, huh? It happened?
Yes, it happened.
Do we have the clip?
Where is the clip?
We'll have the clip any second. Because the people need to know if the winter's going to last 6 more weeks or not.
Yeah. Ooh.
But how this winter's going, Groundhog Day is stupid. Obviously, we didn't even have a winter, so it's nonsense today.
So it's like, 6 more weeks of this?
What, all of a sudden it's going to be a shitty winter?
I'll take it.
Are you forgetting about something?
Huh?
Oh, shit.
First break back.
Wow.
Right.
Boy, we sure don't give a shit about this bit anymore.
Right.
Since he actually, you know what happened? Yesterday, he pulled one off that wasn't that bad, and it ruined the whole bit.
You're done with it.
If you remember yesterday, I had no comment. I wasn't able to bash him or anything.
I forgot what he did yesterday.
He played the Justin Timberlake song.
Yeah. And I was just like, all right, well, I guess he hit it. End of bit.
Well, let's do it.
Getting topical. With the Sex Man.
Good morning, Sexy.
Hi. Good morning.
This is like an afterthought now. Is this,
I'll just tell you. Sid Vicious died of a drug overdose 33 years ago. This is Motorhead doing God Save the Queen. It's a good song.
Is it a good song? You know Motorhead.
It's a
You
great
like this?
cover.
Well, it's a cover of Sex.
No, I know that, but do you like him?
Do I like this version? Yeah. I like this song. I'm not a huge Sex Pistols fan, but I like them.
We lost Angelo Dundee overnight.
Didn't know
The
that.
legendary trainer for Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was in here talking about
Leonard?
No.
Oh, I thought you were pulling a Boston Mayor gag.
But Angelo Dundee also trained Sugar Ray Leonard.
Angelo Dundee.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
you know
I
the
remember
name.
that. Sure.
Died overnight at the age of 90.
He called Ali the Kid, I think. All his life he called him Kid.
Right.
This is turning out to be a very tragic start to Black History Month.
Why?
Don Cornelius.
I don't think Dundee was black.
What?
Oh, wait, was he? What does he
No,
look like?
no.
He's totally white.
He's a white guy.
You
but
scared me. What are
no,
you
but
talking about?
he was beloved
You just
by
made me
the
question myself.
by the black boxers.
Oh, I think that's a stretch.
I don't.
No.
Anytime I could bring a little tragedy to February. Right. Yes.
What are you doing just sitting on the sofa?
wasn't invited yet.
Oh,
You're
stop.
never
just
going to be
walked
invited.
Once
in.
you're in the
If
studio,
you just walk in, then you should
everything's
just
fair
sit.
game.
But here's the thing, I'm not that kind
Here's
of
the
guy.
thing.
You
I don't
are
like
that kind of guy. You're a pushy Jew.
I'm
You
not
are.
a pushy Jew at all. I'm not. I'm a giver.
You're a giver, not a taker.
You're not a giver.
Oh, are you kidding me?
His body, who is very brilliant, is helping me look at something, and Voss is hinting that they're going to want money.
I didn't say I want money. I'm
Shut
saying
up.
I said to him, "Quit calling my wife for fucking freebies, you fucking creep." All right,
Oh,
she's
what
not
is Bonnie doing for
Florentine.
you?
Here's the thing.
She's helping me look at something. She doesn't have to help me.
No, she does. She likes doing
man.
it. She said she likes doing it because it makes her feel
This
good
fucking
about
creep
herself.
wants money.
I don't
You
want
want money?
from your fucking
Holy
horribleness.
shit.
First of all, I'm not even doing
There's a real
Do you know
thing
what
going
a
on.
favor is? Do you know what a favor is?
Yeah, something you haven't done for me ever. Okay.
What is Bonnie-
Okay, here's a
what is
favor
Bonnie
by
doing
not
for
giving
you?
me your number. That was a favor.
She's looking over. I wrote
Oh, so she's looking over some writings you're doing.
a couple of
Because Bonnie's a
scripts.
very good writer.
Yeah, she's a great writer.
I just wanted, like, I hate to say another set of eyes, but you want another person
Just to look
who
it over a
hasn't been
little bit.
involved in the process at all.
Right.
Because there's something I'm hoping it will hit somebody like, oh yeah, this would be
Maybe
But not
adjust
a-
it slightly or
not a
whatever.
rewrite
Maybe
for
see
us.
something that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
And Rich wants money?
I don't
he
want-
really does. He's joking, but he does.
I don't know. I'm not
I can
doing
tell
that.
by
First of
Jimmy's
all-
face that he's serious.
Yeah,
No,
he's
here's
trying
the
to-
What do you
thing.
say to Jimmy? Because
Well,
now
this is what I
Jimmy's
said to fucking Jimmy. I said because he sent Bonnie, and Bonnie took time. I mean, we're very busy fucking people. I'm working two clubs.
Did you hear that?
All right.
She took some time.
No, wait, hold on. But relax.
You wanna
okay?
get paid.
No, we don't want to get paid at all.
Why would we be we? I'm not asking you.
Listen, I'm a fucking manager. Shut up.
Wow, this friendship is breaking up in front of our eyes.
No, it's not breaking up.
No,
what
I'm
are
not
you
gonna
kidding
not
me?
be
It's
friends
not.
with him.
How could I not be friends with a guy that uses a co-host to host? But what I'm saying is,
what?
Shut up. You brought Florentine out. You're the fucking host. You're not Martha Stewart. You don't have a warm-up before you host. You're the
Martha
fucking host.
Stewart.
No, but it's a fucking casino gig, and
I
I'm
don't care.
not walking on in front of 2,000 people as they're filing in, unlike you when they're filing out.
No, I didn't. Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
You're being
son.
cunty.
No, I'm not being cunty.
Yes, you are. Fuck you.
I'm being cunty.
Yes.
I'm not. Let me explain to you. I'm not being cunty.
Yes,
I'm being
you
funny.
are.
If I did that, you would fucking smash me for a year.
To have somebody go on every time I
When
fucking
we did
go
the
on.
O&A virus tour, if I had somebody go on before me to warm them up, for me to warm up the crowd, you would fucking smash me
I'm
for a
hosting.
year.
I'm one of the 4 guys hosting the show. I'm not. I'm on the show. I'm not the warm up.
I know.
We have a guy go up because what happens is it's a playoff game, and I realize that the shows are much better when somebody goes on and kills up front. What's the matter with that?
Well, I think Florentine should have been able to have a warm up.
But Florentine was a surprise guest, you dope.
You dope. What are we
I'm
talking
not being
about?
cunty. I'm not being cunty.
All right. We're talking about anti-social where Jimmy decided to have Florentine do a little time before he
we
hit
were
the
all happy
stage.
to have Florentine on the show.
Yes,
and
of
we did.
course. Of course, he's a funny guy, and he's well known.
Right.
And when
Really
people are happy when
uncomfortable
somebody
here.
does a guest spot, they
Very
do it in the
uncomfortable.
middle of the show, not in the beginning. That's just how guest spots are. When I
Well, you do enough of them, you
I
should know.
know.
This was
But I'm
not.
not
This was
kidding.
another guy. It was a special guest, and we did have him go up first because fucking I have to be out there and come back, and I'm not doing fucking 5
Well, here's
minutes.
the
I'm doing
thing.
15
I know,
minutes.
but when I hosted On Virus, they were fucking walking in and
well, good for you.
Doing good
Okay.
today, yeah?
Who cares?
Good for you.
Yeah, terrific.
Good?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But here's the thing with Bonnie.
Wow, this is
likes
a
doing-
bad start to your
Why?
appearance.
What do you mean it's a bad
Very
start?
Really
confrontational,
bad start.
Rich.
You want
You're very confrontational.
You want Bonnie to get paid to look at a script,
He does.
and,
No, I
and
don't.
you're
I really
trashing
don't.
Jimmy's fucking comedy
And
tour
you're
that
being
he's putting
cunty.
together.
I'm
You're being
fucking with
cunty.
Jesus.
You're saying-
He
you're
destroys
saying
me
he
every
needed-
time I come in
he
here
needed-
about my being a host.
No, but when I came out,
He shouldn't.
This is what I said to him. I'll tell you. I said, first of all, you're not aging well. That's all. But he might have got mad about that.
no,
But,
I still look young. I'm just tired.
Okay.
Wait, you
So-
said he's not aging well,
Well,
too?
he's not. You could tell when he's like 50, he's going to be very creepy. And I just as a friend telling another friend.
All right.
to,
Well, what would you know about friendship?
What are you talking about? What are you kidding me? So here's the thing. He asked Bonnie, and Bonnie likes doing that. She likes helping people out. Okay.
Yeah, it helps her. We're friends
and then
for
he said-
years.
Then he said, "Can you meet me in New York and do whatever?" And that's cool too because she's coming in Monday.
She
So
said
she would do it.
Bonnie said that we could meet and sit down. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
But I flew home from L.A. She was in L.A. She was in the city for something else. She didn't come in to see me. She was in for something else. And I had flown home on the red eye, and I went home to lay down for an hour. And I just slept. And I texted her after. I'm like, sorry, I was fucking crashed. She goes, no big deal. Because she was already there for something else.
Right.
She likes doing it. She really does. But I'm joking with him. He takes it too little because he.
I took it literal because you said it more than once.
No, I said it
I
one
know what
time.
humor is. I do it for a living too.
I said it. If someone's in front of you, I said.
Well,
I said to him, she looked at your stuff. I go, when you bring your BMW in and you get a mirror on the BMW, to fix your BMW, do you get it for free? That's all. I just said, I'm just, throwing a little joke out there.
And I joked back, and I'm like, well, I would hope
And
so.
then
If
I
I've plugged
cut
the
it there.
BMW company enough.
Yeah.
If I've mentioned the BMW company, but he's kind of kidding.
No, I'm not.
But he's
listen, I'll call Bonnie. The last thing
You want
listen.
Bonnie to get paid.
No,
He
I
does.
don't. No, I don't. I
I
want
get that feeling.
$25,000 from you to invest in our fucking movie. Or today I have to sell 5,000 CDs. That's the fucking reason I have to sell 5,000
That'll be
CDs.
1,000 times what you've sold already. Good luck.
5,000 CDs today.
But you want Bonnie to get paid from Jimmy?
No, I
for
don't.
looking
Not
over
at
the
all. Because
script,
she's
I think.
friends. We're friends. Friends help
Yeah, but
friends
it
out.
sounds like you
when
brought it
You're
up
he-
with
saying
them.
friends help friends out because it sounds like a PSA. He doesn't. It's not coming from the heart. He's saying that.
That's not
because
true.
He
That's
knows
not
he's
true.
terrible if he
Anytime you
doesn't.
had a
Why do you
roast
feel
or-
like she
That's
needs?
not true.
Why do you feel like she wants to get paid?
No.
Jimmy.
I don't know if she does or not. I haven't thought.
She
it
doesn't
didn't
wanna
even
get paid.
Are you
occur
getting
to
that
me.
vibe from Rich?
From Rich?
Not
Yeah.
at all. Not
So
at all.
Bonnie's out of this. Bonnie's like,
Okay, this is Rich.
is all about
Oh,
like doing
no,
it
wait,
favor.
you don't
Fucking
think I'm-
pimp, Rich?
Huh?
You're pimping your wife out?
I wish I could, but she's too old. What am I gonna fucking pimp that fucking wrinkled prune?
Holy
Jesus Christ!
Let's break this down. How much
Okay,
money do you want from Jimmy?
Nothing. Not a thing. This is what I want from him. Okay, this is what I want. What I'm joking with you. We're friends. If Jimmy's done roasts where I've looked over jokes of his, he's looked over jokes of mine. We do it with Jeff. We do it with everybody.
Right.
We help each other out. We're
So
friends.
there's a misunderstanding here?
It was a joke, and maybe he took it wrong. Maybe it was too early in the morning.
I think you were feeling him out.
I didn't.
No, I really wasn't.
I never get offended
Here's
at
the thing.
Voss.
I think you were feeling him out.
And I'm not being cunt to you. I was joking with you about the other thing about your pre-warmer. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. His money, even it couldn't even come close to what we fucking eat. So I don't care. It's really? Oh, 1,000, 2,000. That's nothing at this fucking point in my life. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's a weekend.
It's a joke. It's not a weekend. It's 2 weekends. So. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Right.
Okay, so whatever you have to send, I'm sure she'll look at. Maybe she can come over and do some decorating too. Whatever.
Do you want him to at least?
Oh boy.
Do you want him to at least pay for the travel? Is that
Not
what you're
at all.
hitting at? If she comes
The
in
travel?
New York?
No.
Well, between the
It's
turnpike.
not a fucking open mic show. He doesn't have to pay for travel. He doesn't have to pay for anything. She likes
But
him,
if she
so I
comes
help
to the
him.
city, that's a lot of money with the parking and the tolls.
She's probably she's coming anyhow.
When I sent her, that was. I didn't ask her to take a special
No.
trip in. She was already
No.
in.
She's
But I
coming
sent her
anyhow.
the pilot just as a because
Did she help you at all?
We haven't really. We've talked. She had a couple of good because she's smart, and I know that she's good with script.
She's good.
But it's like you want someone
I
to see it
don't.
and go, oh, okay.
You think, listen,
Yeah.
my goal today, besides governors this weekend,
But I'll say this.
I'm not stirring the pot. I can see it in Jimmy's face.
But I'll
You
say
think
this.
You said
upset?
something.
You
Yes,
think
he's
he's
very
upset?
upset.
No, I wouldn't say upset, no.
He's not
No.
as upset right at this moment.
I
was
think
pretty
he's more
pissed
upset
about
that I
10
brought
minutes
up the
ago.
Florentine thing joking. I think he really is.
No,
Because I'm not cunty. I'm not a cunty guy.
But he's like outside. He was kind of joking, but I'm doing this, for not as long as you, but
Yeah.
close. Like I'm doing it 21 years too, and I kind of know when someone's kidding, and I kind of know
No,
when
I
someone's
swear to
going
God,
on.
I was 100%
Oh,
kidding.
okay, all right.
I swear to God, I was
Okay,
100% kidding on that. I
Florentine
wasn't kidding
worked
on
in
the
that
Florentine
spot.
thing. I was kidding on the money thing.
You don't have a god.
Huh?
You don't. You denied it, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the tattoos.
So
bets are off.
I really 100%. Okay.
All right.
On
To a Jew to bring in percentages.
Of course.
98%.
oh, it's just I can't do this anymore.
What do you mean by this?
Just everything.
Everything?
The business. I just want to get a fucking little mobile home and travel.
Just retire and
Just
see the
fucking
country.
drive. I don't care about the fucking country. I just want to get away and play golf.
So why don't you do that?
Golf around the country.
You should do that.
Right?
Get a mobile home for the fucking summer.
I got
How
3
great would
kids.
that be?
Well, I can't leave my kids.
She's young enough where you can bring her on the road still.
I'm not going to bring her. What is she going to caddy? What is she going to sit in a mobile home while I play
you just
18
want to go
holes?
without the rest of them?
Yes, I want to not deal with responsibilities and fucking the headaches.
No, too bad you're
Don't you ever
white.
feel- too bad. I know. I'm not white. I'm a Jew. It's different.
Well, not black.
So you know what I mean. Just get the fuck out, not deal with everything. Don't
You're having a
ever
nervous
feel that way?
breakdown, huh?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting to you.
It's fucking everything. Yeah, it just gets to you.
It's weird in
After a while.
any part of the entertainment business.
How would you know?
feel like I know exactly. I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard tell
go
from
ahead.
real people ever in the entertainment business. You can't take a vacation from what you do because you start feeling like, well, I'll be forgotten. It's over. I won't be able to get another gig.
How am I going to be re-forgotten?
He's going to be re-forgotten.
How could that possibly happen?
And then you'll be re-forgotten.
You're playing Governors?
Yeah, this weekend,
nice.
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, that sounds like a great plug. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I love Governors.
Levittown, right?
That's a good club.
That's a good club.
Yeah,
That's a good
Governors
club.
is a
That's
really
one of the good clubs.
It's I would say probably the best club on Long Island.
And let me tell
it's
you
the only club on Long Island.
That's what I
No,
meant.
there's like 3 of them.
Brokerage and where else?
Yeah, there's a couple.
McGuire's. And
McGuire's, okay.
Your in-laws came to see me, and I think they had a good time. You said
Yeah, they loved you.
in Philly.
What, do you need me to say that?
Yes, because these fucking fans think I don't know what I'm doing on stage.
But I've said it a million times.
But
We
they
beat
were-
the shit out of you on the radio show, and you give us great radio. But yeah, of course you know what you're doing on a stage.
So you would think 4,000.
All right, I guess I have to do this for them. I got like 6 tickets for my in-laws. They all went, and they fucking loved you. Now it's awkward, though.
Why is it awkward?
I would have worked it in somehow.
Now it's uncomfortable.
Huh? It was
You
awkward
had a-
with me and him when he said I was cunty. I'm not cunty.
But I would have worked it in nice for you.
You're a little.
I was cunty?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't cunty.
You sounded a little. You
He
sounded,
really, on some level, even though he's joking, he really does, on some level, think I fucked his ex-wife.
Wow.
Like on
Where
some,
the fuck did that come from?
We've talked about this before, but let's bring it up again. Why do you think Jimmy fucked your ex-wife?
here's
Were
the
you
deal.
married to her at the time?
Kelly,
No,
yes.
we were separated.
And why
We
did
were
you sound so
separated.
desperate asking me to praise you like that?
I didn't
You're in
sound
a weird
fucking
spot
desperate.
today, man. You're pissing off everybody.
Oh, man.
Oh
boy,
But
you're going to
really,
get some calls after the show.
No shit.
What happened? What did I do?
Voss, I can handle this. I was going to work in that shit nice for you, but then you had to fucking bring it up and make it all awkward.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they had a great time.
I'm having anxiety.
They
this
loved
morning.
you.
Are you?
They did? Who liked me the
Yes.
best?
My in-laws, yeah.
What bit they like the best?
I don't know.
The one that had good night.
Thank you. Good. Oh, damn it.
They had a blast. Anyway, why? Let's do this story again. So you think Jimmy had sex with your ex while you were
It's not a
married
big
to her?
deal. We were separated. I
Did you?
forgave him.
Forgave him for something he might not have done?
It's in
No, Jimmy says he did not.
Yeah, he did not.
But he's not going to go in here and go, "Oh, I banged it." You know.
I told
Your
him
paranoia is brutal. I don't know how you live with that
when he
shit.
mentioned it again, like I understand how humor works, and I understand what's funny and busting balls, and I understand that that's really a thing for him. Like, it kind of annoys me that he would actually think that, and a part of me takes joy in the fact that this dumb motherfucker thinks I would fuck his ex-wife. Like, it's
what? She was hot.
It's nothing to do with her being hot, stupid. I'm just
Yeah.
not that big a piece of garbage. I'm a sex addict, but I'm not a fucking animal. What do you think? I'd fuck my sister too? Like, Jesus Christ!
You're not an animal.
Wait, come on, man. There's a whole bunch of people that have never heard this story. Like,
Well, here's the thing.
You fucked my wife?
We were going to her house
right?
to watch my Def Jam appearance. We were doing a gig.
That's how long ago this
Wow.
was.
Okay, this
So
was
what is that? 1990?
15 years ago.
Holy shit.
95-ish?
So, but as we're
96?
pulling into the driveway
Yep.
to the complex,
Yep.
you could go straight, make a right.
But
or
you
a
were
left.
separated from her, but you still went over there to watch your Def
yeah,
Jam?
I'm still banging. We're hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
So you could go straight, make a left, or make a right. You had to make a left to go to her place. He was leading. He made the left. That's a 1 in 3 guess. How did he know to make the left?
Oh, shit.
I don't even remember. Like, literally, if you told me,
But what if
And then
you
hold on.
looked in your... Wait. He looked in his mirror and saw that you already put the blinker on for the left.
I didn't have a blinker.
Which sometimes
I
you
didn't have
do
a
if you're the
blinker
lead
because we were
car.
on the
You look
complex.
behind you and go, oh, okay, I
I
got
didn't have a
turn
blinker.
here.
I was in a complex. Who puts a blinker on in a complex?
So why was he leading if he didn't know where
A
to go?
complex? What are you talking about?
Apartment complex.
why was that?
No,
was
you
he
said he
leading
was
if he
leading
didn't
what?
None of us had cell
He was
phones
in
back
cars.
then.
He was the car in
of me.
front.
Yeah,
Why was
so
I in
you're
front
the
of
car
you?
behind,
Yeah.
right? So why didn't you turn your blinker on to turn?
Not in
Then why was I leading? If
Why
you,
was he leading?
I don't even
know
remember.
that. Yeah, why were you leading?
I don't know.
Did you say make a
That
left?
even helps the profile even better.
Maybe you told him, hey, make a left up
Yeah,
there.
maybe you discussed it ahead of time or something.
But to think that I would actually just lead you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then-
He's
But
smarter
then-
than that.
Then
But
I found Dangerfield matches in her place, and
She
that's
was
all he
fucking
worked.
Rodney?
Yeah, no, I said she was probably fucking Lenny. He was a black host. And Lenny Varney used to
He had the
host.
biggest, like, fucking
Gigantic
unit.
cock. Gigantic cock.
Hey,
Lenny
Mrs.
Varney.
Voss, let me tell you.
All right.
You were smoking back then, Jimmy? I forgot
Oh,
that
God,
you used to
yeah, I
smoke.
smoked
I
since
forgot,
Me and him used to
2001.
smoke together.
I forgot that Jimmy smoked. That's how
So
long it's been
2001.
now.
But yeah,
Marlboro.
he's always secretly
So-
thought that I actually.
But it wasn't you I was mad at.
But he actually thought.
Yeah, because the matches are in the place.
Yeah, Dangerfield matches.
And you thought Jimmy left them.
What would you think?
I wouldn't think my
went
fucking
to
friend
Dangerfield?
was banging my ex.
Like, it wouldn't even occur.
yeah,
to
I wouldn't
me.
even think that.
That's
Why?
such a Columbo thing that doesn't really happen in real life. Matches end up somewhere, and it's because it directly
I do have
pulls
issues.
together.
I do have.
You're an
Sometimes you
idiot.
just got matches.
You're not a good person. Do you like? I used to feel guilty. I lived when I lived with Jim and Jade. Jade was a stripper, and she was fucking sexy. I couldn't even jerk off because she was my friend. She was my friend, too, but she was my friend's girl. I couldn't even, and I've joked with him about this, I couldn't even whack my bag to my friend's chicks. I can't do it.
What,
So
are you
you fucked
thinking
him.
about him?
I couldn't
I
jerk
can't
off
do
to
it, dude. It feels, because I have to, when I'm fucking jacking off, there has to be something real.
A storyline fantasy. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
And but
Yeah.
the idea of betraying a friend like
Okay,
that,
I'm sorry, I'll
is
never bring-
way too. It's too
Yeah.
gross
See
to
what
me
he's
to
doing
even
here?
jerk off to.
Here's the
Honestly.
thing.
What's
Here's
wrong
the
with
thing.
Foss, where does this shit come from?
I couldn't even think of that
Huh?
with your.
Where's this
other
shit come
chick.
from?
Abandonment.
You got a lot of
Abandonment.
paranoia.
She lived in Middlesex.
Abandonment.
Huh?
Abandonment issues.
Thank you.
You have the abandonment issues with your mom.
Yeah.
And it carries over into your relationships where you feel that the woman is always going to fuck you over.
I let it go. I don't think you did it.
I would. It wouldn't even occur to me to do it. No matter what she looked like, no matter what the circumstances were, it wouldn't. I wouldn't let my friend's girl or ex-girl suck my dick. It would never happen.
Wow.
Ever.
What about a friend's friend?
Possibly. Depends if she was quiet.
If she was quiet.
But no, I would never occur to me.
So he made the left, and you're thinking, how the fuck does he know the left? And you were the car behind him.
Well, I remember that my matches were there, so I wanted to get them out of there.
You had to get your matches.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bold leap, though, just because you made the left.
I do have a bad imagination when it comes to things.
We've seen your act. We know you do.
and then you forget the facts around that day, so then you have to assume so much shit.
I literally don't remember if she lived in a house or an apartment. And when he said you made the left, I'm like, why wouldn't you just tell me what direction to go? I don't remember we went in separate cars. I have no memory of that whatsoever.
I don't know where we're coming from.
I was at his Def Jam appearance.
We were doing.
Why wouldn't I have fucked her that night while you were doing Def Jam? I knew where you were. It's no me and dumb Eric McMahon are the only two white faces in a sea of aggression.
I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable by saying that. It will never happen.
I wasn't uncomfortable by it, but it was because it was almost like if you were accused of stealing the Goodyear blimp. Like what
am I going to do with Bobby?
Oh, I'm shaking my head, Vos, because it seems exhausting to live this way.
I know it does.
Because you have a lot of paranoia with your wife. Yeah. You think she's banging this and that.
Constant suspicion. And
exhausting.
People are trying to fuck you over all the time.
I watch too many movies.
God. Yeah.
It's exhausting. All right, we got a break to catch up. But Rich Vos is here. Governor's Levittown tomorrow and Saturday. And I brought your singing to the show yesterday or 2 days ago.
I think I'm going to go to the tomorrow, Friday night.
Really?
To Governor's.
Yeah.
It's like right around the corner from my house. It's very
but
close
you have to leave your house.
That's the problem. But sometimes I do.
You might be able to do it.
Sometimes
Baby
I do.
steps.
I've gotten out to Governor's. I go to Governor's. I take that trip down the old Wantagh.
It's a fun club.
Yeah. I want to talk about you singing Neil Young. I heard it on your latest podcast.
Oh, man, yeah.
And I brought it in here 2 days ago. We played it.
No.
I want to talk about it after the break.
We were fascinated at your knowledge of Neil Young.
Wait, Jimmy wasn't here.
Lyrics.
No. So it's Monday. So Jimmy hasn't heard it.
No.
So we have to replay it and talk about it.
Sings a great song about you fucking his ex-wife. Jesus Christ.
Oh, cock talk? Sure.
It's just...
It's fucking.
But do you realize
a
for 15 years, and again, I've never gotten angry at it because a part of me really did
enjoy him
He's
thinking
brought it up
that
50
right.
times, but a part of me enjoyed the fact that he would torture himself with something so incomprehensible
that never happened.
But I mean,
is she fuckable though?
I really,
she was back
I
then.
don't remember what she looked like. She was an
is.
attractive girl, but I don't.
But
she
you
looked
just
like
didn't think of her
Cheryl
that way.
Teagues when I married her.
I couldn't even jerk off to somebody's chick. I wouldn't care what they looked
She
like.
looked like Cheryl
Can't
Teagues
do it.
when I married her.
You are
When
a
I
sweet
first-
talker.
But
I couldn't even jerk off to her.
But again,
congratulations.
I'm so dirty. The way, like you said, the fantasy has to have a real fucking
Yeah, it does.
storyline.
Isn't that weird?
And the betraying the friend part would kill any fucking angle I could jerk off to. Like that would be first and foremost.
I hear you.
Thinking about somebody's
Did you
wife
take
isn't
that-
betraying a friend.
But my fantasy would be I would be fucked up by. No, it's not. Thinking about it's fine. But
The fantasy isn't hot enough. It's weird. It's awkward. I know what you
if
mean.
the friend
It's
is
too weird.
watching, come on.
Oh,
I would just
Jesus.
keep
if I'm
thinking
the
about
friend
the
and I'm
betrayal.
watching, that's not betrayal.
I figured out something else
Betrayal.
today.
What?
You're mad that Jimmy didn't ask you to do some time down in the
No.
Is that what the Florentine thing?
Stop.
Is that
I'm
the thing?
100% I'm
Because you're comfortable in that role of hosting, and you're like, wait a minute, I could have been the host before Jimmy.
No,
is that what this is about?
First of all, I'm not delusional. I don't draw even close to the people that drew on that show, so I don't expect.
It wasn't
to
about
be on that
drawing.
show.
The tickets were already sold,
You
and
just said-
then
you just
Norton
said,
said, "Look,
I'm not the host."
I'm going to give my friend a few minutes up
No,
front."
I wouldn't want to do it because
And you're mad that he didn't ask you.
You're 100% wrong. You're 100% wrong because one, I didn't have CDs to sell after the show, so why would I want to go on stage? Two, for me, in that show, not Florentine, for me, it's a lose-lose situation because to warm up, nothing's going to come out of it, but it could be a fucking debacle. From you know what I mean?
Jim killed him for
Jim killed,
Florentine was
but
great.
he doesn't have the animosity from the O&A audience that sometimes I get.
That was
So,
that was
it's
a
predominant.
predominant. That was more of a Howard crowd. They were much more there. Artie,
Yeah.
everybody
There
went
was
to
a
see
big
Artie.
Howard presence.
No,
They
I
were
was.
good, though. There was
I had a
no-
good time going. Sometimes not working, just going, enjoying, hanging with them, watching them. You're 100% wrong on that.
All right. The animosity, I think that's more of your paranoia, too.
Maybe
I've heard that the fans are great to you.
They are.
Around
They usually
America.
are. They were on the tour. It was great.
All right, Cock Talk with Mars there, Sam.
Cock Talk.
All right.
Quick setup here, please.
Mars, I guess, was on a different radio show. I was just listening and I heard it. So.
Oh,
all right.
Welcome back to Cock Talk. I'm Mistress Vixen. Today, we're talking about your first man-on-man experience. We have Mars on the phone from Puerto Rico. Mars, talk to me, baby.
I'm a changed man as of yesterday. Yeah, I'm a fucking changed man. I'm not the same.
Mars, I see here you had your first gay experience last night.
Yeah.
Yummy. So tell me, what was that little asshole of yours like before the big night?
My shit is so tight, man. I guess I'm anal retentive. It's so tight.
Sexy. And what was going through your head when you whipped out that big dick?
He tells me to lie down on my left side, and I'm facing a particular direction. And then he pulls this apparatus out. I'm like, hell no, that shit is not going near me. Sure enough, he goes behind me.
How big was it?
It was, I swear to God, about 2 feet long.
Ooh, you're a spicy little bitch, aren't you? And what did he say before he put it in you? Did he ease it in?
I'm just feeling for a second, and all of a sudden, this motherfucker, all the way in my ass. Oh.
Ooh, you lucky little taquito. Tell me more.
He goes like this. Come on, buddy, help me here. Work with me. Let me do my job.
What was that job?
Open my ass.
I don't know how you guys do it. Just letting that rainbow-striped freak flag fly.
Come on, alcohol. Alcohol.
This all sounds so dirty. How'd you get cleaned up after? Did he do it for you?
Yeah, he cleaned it afterwards. No, he did it afterwards in front of me. No, he did.
Ooh, how did he do that?
What is it, toss salad? You could toss my salad anytime.
Ooh, he licked your asshole clean with his tongue?
Exactly.
My God, Mars, you are so naughty. Any guy would be lucky to go south of the border with you.
This is our secret. Don't tell anybody.
What I wouldn't give to have a dick sometimes. Well, tune in next week when Cock Talk returns, and we talk to guys about their first time with a down low brother. Mars, I bet you have a story like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Ooh, you little Spanish fly, you've got me all wet. See you next week for more Cock Talk.
Hi, this is Louis Black.
Hi, this is Jay Moore.
Hi, this is Ricky Gervais.
Hello, this is Louis C.K. And you are right now listening to Opie and Anthony. I don't know you, but I hate you right now.
Rich Vos in studio playing Governors in Levittown, Long Island tomorrow and Saturday. I would highly recommend you go see him.
Oh, yeah.
And because Rich called me out, he goes, "What bit did your in-laws like?"
Oh, boy.
My father-in-law wrote. I didn't ask him to write, by the way. He was excited. He wanted to be in on this. He wrote, "The way he brushes Bonnie's hair and he beat up the lesbos." Just a great set, thanks. And then he says, again, see you on the course, because he wants to play in golf. Again.
I kind of ad-libbed a bit. I turned into a bit. I go, how many people put a hairbrush in their ass?
Right.
And then I go, sometimes we'll do it for foreplay. I'll put a hairbrush in my ass, and then I'll brush Bonnie's hair. with hair. I know, it just came out of an ad-lib.
But there you go.
They were fun.
You asked, and he wrote me. I didn't ask him for
And I
an
think I
answer.
even threw him some CDs.
Oh, really? That's nice. Real nice of you.
I think
That's real nice.
Half price. I did 2 of them. No.
Oh, really?
No, 2 of them free.
Were you okay giving a couple CDs to my in-laws?
No problem whatsoever.
All right, I'm
after
just
that
making
sushi
sure.
dinner, after that nice fucking dinner you guys took care of.
Did you tell the story in your podcast how we look like complete assholes in front of our girls?
Holy fuck, are we?
We're down there for Jim Norton. Let me, I'll start. We're down there for Jim Norton's Brigada show, which was amazing. And Rich showed up, and I'm like, hey, let's, we haven't done dinner ever, I think. So it was Rich and his wife and me and my wife, and we're sitting in that sushi joint that we all like. And fans sent over like a bottle of champagne. They happened to be in the restaurant, which was nice. But I'm like, I was mad it was champagne.
Yeah.
But how do you know?
To be completely honest with you, because it's like if you want to buy us a drink, like no one really drinks champagne.
You toast champagne. You might finish the glass. Usually not. But then.
And I'll acknowledge I sound like a complete asshole. I was appreciative, but it's like fuck. You know, if it was like the actual drink I was drinking at the time, I was going with some
nice
type of martini thing, or maybe a glass of wine. Whatever.
I said, don't open it. Keep and sell it, or give it as a gift to somebody.
Re-gift it.
I almost put it in my fucking pants sleeve so
Yeah,
Rich
why
could
not?
sell it on eBay. So then, all of a sudden, this girl. It was two girls. Not bad looking, you know. Not bad looking.
Yeah,
Do tell.
That's why I pretended I was upset.
So me and Rich see the two girls, and they're looking in the room like this. And we went into, oh, Jesus,
looking
what
in
a
our
hassle it
direction.
is to be fucking famous and recognized mode.
They're going to come over like
We're like, oh, we got to deal with this right now. We were like fucking overplaying it because we were so excited, right?
Yeah, because they were.
And then it was, long story short, she was like looking for the people right in front of us, the table right in front of us. But it was like she was looking at us.
Yeah.
Like she was trying to see where we were, so maybe she was going to bring over some drinks or say hi, or they wanted a picture. But we had to like make believe. Oh
But
God,
it never
this is,
ends.
Not only that,
this is the hassle
It
we
never
have to
ends.
go through
From high school,
being
same
well known.
shit. Same shit.
But it never. Not only that. Not only did we go, oh, they started walking towards us.
Toward us.
And
Oh.
we're like, oh fuck, we got. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, oh, this bitch is hot. I hope she comes here.
Right.
But I'm trying to fuck. Like,
But then
oh,
we're making believe.
Fuck.
Oh God,
I got to deal
here's
with
our
this.
hell.
The
being-
hassle.
She
being
stops
in
at
the
the
public
table
eye.
before us, and I just felt like such.
And our girls at that point
double zero.
were fucking howling. I think me and Rich turned bright red. We were so
It was
fucking embarrassed.
My fucking wife loves hanging out with his wife.
Yeah.
My wife says how funny, like, because I don't hang out.
Oh,
I don't,
yeah, she's
like
fucking
fucking
hilarious,
like
man.
supposedly like really funny.
Yeah.
And my wife's going, finally, somebody fucking funny and fun to hang out with, you know.
Yeah, we had
And
a
I
good
go, but if
time.
you hang out
It's
with
kind of an
her, then
insult
I
to
got to
you.
hang out with old, you know, Dudwood. I'm only kidding.
Really, you want to go there?
No.
Do you?
Oh, man.
You really want to go there?
Oh, as much as
You wanna go there?
No, you're excited.
You sure?
Well, no, I didn't do anything. We
You
had a
good?
good time.
We're
Yeah,
good, right?
We had a good time.
We're good, right?
It was perfect.
Look at Sam trying to
I had so much
instigate.
fun there.
Wow.
Sam's instigating.
You know, your podcast is what? My Wife Hates Me?
Yeah.
You've been on the radio 45 minutes. You should change it to My Friends Hate Me, because that's where we're headed. You already attacked Jimmy. Now you're going after me?
No.
All right. We're good, right, Rich?
We had so much fun
We're
there.
good, right?
And we thank you guys for dinner.
We're good, right?
Do you, when you're down in at the Borgata and stuff, do you get like the urge to gamble? I know you like gambling, right?
No, I
You
mean,
don't look at that craps table and go, fuck, man.
Let's just move on.
Is it rough, though?
No.
No?
No.
You look like he's chomping at his gum. No.
No.
We're good, right, Rich?
Yes, everything's
We're good.
fine.
Everything's fine? Okay.
Little Joe.
Okay.
Boxcars.
You really stepped into something there. You're all right, right? I'm not a dud, huh?
You're fucking excited. I'm telling you.
I'm just fucking with you.
You know what was,
But when this girl stopped at the table in front of us, it was like, holy fuck, we look like the biggest assholes. And of course, in front of two girls that are not going to let it go anytime soon.
You look like assholes, man.
Yeah.
that was a fun weekend. I don't get to go away.
I had a blast with you guys.
And do any fucking thing, you know? If you're not working, you know, how many times would you just go to Atlantic? Oh, you. I mean,
No,
not
I've
you.
done it a few times.
Yeah, but I mean,
we were hanging out with...
Bonnie's never been to Atlantic City.
And we were hanging out with Bingo for a while.
Oh.
Stanhope's girl.
She,
holy shit, she's a riot.
She's a partier. Holy shit.
Is it-
It's like she was on stage.
I wish I filmed her, but I wasn't sure if Doug was going to get mad. I wish I could have asked Doug ahead of time, because she was doing some shit that was beyond hilarious.
Yeah, funny.
Beyond
that
hilarious.
makes sense, though.
Huh?
That makes sense, though, that she's a party girl.
I've said this on the podcast. I watch Stanhope do comedy. I go, why do I even do this?
Yeah, he's great, man. He really is.
Have you ever read some of his blogs? He's just
He's
so prolific. It's fucking.
He's very smart.
He's a smart.
He's well read, as they say.
The thing is, it's the contrast, because he doesn't hit the stage and you go like, oh, we got a smarty pants comic.
No,
he looks like an idiot when he's up there, and then he's really intelligent and funny as fuck, man.
He had a great set.
I like Doug.
All the guys had a great set down there.
Yes.
All right, we got the Groundhog thing. You want to do it?
Oh, man.
It's Groundhog's Day. Or Groundhog Day.
It seems like it was just, yeah.
And Punxsutawney Phil popped out of that dumb fucking fake log thing.
People with
fake
their
tree.
archaic stovepipe hats and their oldie time talk.
You know, if I was younger, I'd go there. It looks like it's a party.
I would just go to meet Bill Murray.
Yeah, what?
I wouldn't want to meet Bill Murray.
Think he's there?
Every year? Or did he film just one day of...
Was it a movie he made fucking 20 years ago?
Yeah. I would assume the bars around there got to be kind of cool. After
You would assume, but are they?
I don't know.
I
hear there's a few colleges nearby.
I could think of better places to go, is all.
I don't know. You got all
Gobbler's Knob.
All those young people together at Gobbler's Knob. You got to think there's some gobbling going on.
Some knob gobbling going on there. Some of the college girls.
Where's it,
Get them a little
Pennsylvania?
drunk.
No. It's in Ohio.
You sure? I think it's Pennsylvania.
You sure? You want to bet?
Huh?
He's great.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be betting. Remember that.
You're allowed to dabble every now and then.
Don't tell Jimmy that. Jimmy will get mad at that.
Well, maybe gambling you can. I can't. But drinking and drugging.
Oh,
You can.
drinking and drugging you can. There's no
But
doubt.
I don't think Jimmy would agree that you could dabble in your addiction every once in a while.
Jimmy plays video poker. He loses $5 and loses his mind.
$20 or $40 and I'm done.
And he's
That's
like,
it.
You know what I
fuck.
mean? You play video. Oh, you mean in the Atlantic City?
Yeah.
And I
What was
lost the most money ever this time around.
How much?
Just 1,000.
You didn't lose 1,000.
I lost 1,000.
That's a lot of money for you, though, to gamble.
Yeah, and not because go with the cheap thing all you want. I don't give a fuck. But the fact is, I don't have that urge. I like playing a little bit.
Yeah.
I really like getting on a 3-card poker table or Let It Ride is our new one.
Yeah, yeah.
My brother was down there with his boys, and we
Playing a little Let It Ride.
But you know, I was losing money, and it's a stupid game, obviously. But if you hit, you got to walk.
Well, what's
at
the
those
game
games.
that I was watching those guys play when I was playing? No, the game I was watching those guys. You know, with your brother-in-law and the one that wouldn't stop talking.
Let It Ride.
Was that
That's
Let It
called
Ride?
Let It Ride.
My brother wasn't talking.
Now you're talking to the other guy. His friend
Oh,
was.
yeah. His boys were there, so they had a few drinks, and one of them was like...
They're talking to the fucking dealer. I'm watching them, and asking. She's from India, so they're asking her the most stereotypical questions.
Indian
like,
questions,
do
yeah.
you smell like curry when you sweat?
Well, she was a
and stuff.
bitch, though. She deserved it.
Yeah,
They
she
all
wasn't
are.
nice.
She was a real twat.
Let me get that.
I went there and fucking dropped like 30 in 3 hours.
30 G's?
Yeah.
No
it was,
fucking way.
It was crazy. I could not fucking... The dealers were pulling blackjack out of... No, not blackjack, pulling 21s out of 14s, out of 13s, and I would have a 20, or I would have like an 11. I double down. I pull an ace. The dealer's showing a 4. They turn over a 7. Picture card. It just kept happening, and I'm like, marker.
Don't you move to another table? Or
I did. It didn't seem to help. So I
gotta
just
stay at the table.
I walked
Your
the
luck's
fuck
gonna
away.
change.
I went to poker. I played poker for the majority of the rest of the night. I just stayed at the poker table for hours. Then I got back up when the sun came up, and went back to the blackjack table, and made all that back, paid off all my markers, and was up like 25, and then the next day another 17.
You won 40 down.
Yeah, it was a huge fucking weekend.
When I was in Vegas one time working years ago, this is the first 2 days I was up $1,500, and back then that was a lot of money for me. Right now that's $1,500. And I'm tipping everybody. I'm like a fucking tipping the dealers.
Oh,
Anybody-
yeah. Big shot. Yep.
I'm fucking. I swear to God.
I don't get the tipping
I've
the
done
dealer
this.
thing.
Yeah, wait, because
Wait,
they're-
let me jump
part
in
of the
for a second.
festive
What?
mood.
I don't get the tipping of the dealer thing, because when you like throw $500 down, lose that $500, they're not tipping you. Going, well,
yeah.
thanks for giving me $500. Here's a little tip that I'm going to give you.
It's good karma. It's good karma.
Bullshit.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
Give me a little money back if I just lost everything.
I was tipping everybody on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is no lie. On Sunday, I was eating 16-cent chicken sandwiches at AM/PM gas station across the street.
Just wishing you had those half the
I
tips back.
swear, it went from rags to riches to rags.
That's how it works.
It was so depressed. I worked
infuriating.
Atlantic City once. There's no lie. Palazzo's used to have a room in Atlantic City called the Eddie Murphy Comedy. It was in a lounge, so it was bad enough you could hear the slots as you're on stage, right? So the gig was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it was 1,200 or 8. So you get your Thursday, and they go, "Do you want your pay tonight?" I go, "Okay."
Oh.
I got my Panther. I'm telling you, I lost it all Thursday night. So now I had to work Friday and Saturday. I'm not getting paid. I'm in the cafeteria taking crackers and peanut butter to my room and fucking trying to just survive.
And knowing that you still got to do the gig and you already blew that.
I have no money.
Oh,
I have no
man.
more money coming. It is the
That's
most
rough.
empty fucking feeling on the planet.
Thank God you don't gamble anymore.
Well, not like that.
No.
I remember one time I sold a gold necklace off I was in the casino, and this guy goes, "Nice necklace." I go, "How much? Do you want to buy it?"
Wow.
I go, we'll go get it tested right now if you don't believe me. He goes, "I could tell it's real."
For AIDS?
Are you dabbling again?
No, a little. I mean, no,
no, a little.
I bet 12. I bet a dozen golf balls on the Super Bowl against my golf friend.
You want the Giants, don't you?
Bet.
I took the Giants.
Are you a Giants fan?
No, I'm a no fan. I grew up as a Ram fan, as the Rams, because I played on the Rams in Little League.
You were a Rams fan?
I was
from
on the
New
Rams
York,
in
New
Little
Jersey,
League.
whatever. That's fucking.
I was an Orioles fan too when I was a kid.
Where were the Rams at that point?
In Los Angeles.
Los Angeles
No,
Rams.
They were.
No, they were.
Yeah, Los Angeles Rams.
But getting back, so I lost the most money ever, $1,000. I gave myself $500 a day. I'm like, I'll do $500.
Yeah.
I usually don't even do that.
Did your wife win?
Yeah, but she just does the slots a little bit and comes back with that dumb thing.
the bucket.
No,
The
they
little
don't give
bucket
you a
of
bucket. They give you like a little fucking whatever, piece of paper.
Oh, it's a voucher now.
Yeah, that's
I
boring.
like that. I like the ting 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 ting.
Yeah,
with
isn't that the
coins
fun of it? If you win
Actually,
and you
I don't play, but
I would assume if you're playing slots, that's
part
fun.
of the action. It's part of what you're paying
All of a
for.
sudden,
is
like,
the
holy
thrill.
shit, how much is coming out of this fucking thing right now into my dumb bucket? My grandma used to walk around with the buckets.
Look, I'm
she went down
sorry,
there.
Ace. I'm sorry those machines.
You do let
I
her
love
ride
that
it?
one. I'm sorry, Ace.
You do let her ride?
You're fired. No, I don't usually play those table games like that. I'll just play blackjack.
Because you got the 3-card action
Yes.
within the game, let it ride.
It's the perfect
3-card
example
poker.
of what is said in casino. When I'm sitting at a table that isn't a blackjack table and I'm winning, I don't consider it winning. I consider it I'm losing the money I could be making if I was at the blackjack table betting $6,000 a hand.
Yeah, but if you were
You know?
smart, you'd be. I mean, I'm not saying you're not smart.
No, I'm probably not.
You'd be shooting craps.
Well, I've done well playing blackjack, so I just kind of stick with that. I've had some horrific beats at blackjack, and I've had some unbelievable wins. So,
Have you played any craps lately?
No, I think one time, once.
I like that. No, I think one time.
Listen, I don't gamble. Like, I can't. I'm 100% sure. I can't have a drink. I can't have a drug because I'll die.
When was the last time you did craps?
When's the last time I did craps?
Played craps.
Why does when you repeat the question? It's
Yeah.
because you're stalling.
Yeah, stalling.
You don't want to answer.
Of course.
I don't know. Fucking
Probably,
couple of years ago.
He probably
maybe.
put a chip or two down.
Yeah, maybe. A craps, maybe. I think maybe like $100 or something I put aside for when they were
a while ago.
No, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I don't know.
Oh, right down there at the Borgata.
Yeah, maybe
when we were all
$100
down
or
there. You're there. It's not like you're taking the
Here's the
jitney
thing.
bus there. You're
Here's the thing.
there.
I work
right?
casinos all the time, and I don't gamble.
I hear you.
I don't fucking gamble.
Yeah.
I haven't bet on sports in 10 years. I don't get. But my wife and I were going down. We said, okay, let's take 100 or two and have some fun.
Fine.
She played slots.
And if you want to have a cocktail to take the edge off of the betting, that's fine too.
No, but the 100 turned into
wanna smoke
1,000,
some
and I was
crack?
sucking cock in the rest of it.
Did this happen at the Borgata?
That would be hilarious to walk into the bathroom. Rich is just sucking a big cock with his hand out.
Like-
Some guys counting some money into it.
In my wallet, I have it just in case of emergency 500, right? Just in case, just 500 cash.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, look, it's only 100.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
When did all this go down?
Oh,
No,
Rich.
I'm only kidding. Good actor. See, people think I can't act.
All right, yeah.
People think I'm not
You
an
know,
actor.
a Louis Vuitton wallet that looks beat up is kind of more cheesy
Kinda
than
old, maybe.
a bad wallet that's beat up.
So what am I saying? Go get a
I'm
new
saying
wallet?
just get a shitty wallet.
Well, when
or
Jimmy
get a new
pays
one.
you for Bonnie's services, maybe you could get a new wallet.
Oh, shit.
Jimmy, you don't have any resentment. You're not mad. I don't want to be.
No, I do know you were a little serious, but no, I'm not.
No, I'm really not serious. Because we'll call her. I'm not serious.
Not
Because
now.
I
You're
said
not.
to her-
But you were in a second.
No, I
First-
was. I was joking.
You were
could tell.
feeling him out.
Yeah,
I was
no,
only good.
You're
feeling him
wrong. You're wrong. Because I would come right out and say, pay her. That's what I would do.
Nah, but you know how she might have said something to Rich. I know
No, she
Bonnie.
didn't say anything
I know
negative.
Bonnie likes me. But she might have went like, I don't know if he
As a friend.
yeah. But that's
Not
okay.
Not like my ex.
Yeah.
Oh God, let it go, Rich. Free yourself.
It's not that. It's not that beat up. It's a fucking.
No, it's pretty beat up. Hey, here's a little Groundhog Day shit from whatever that guy is up there in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
I'd like to introduce you, the president of the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club.
Oh,
President.
the president. Well,
By the way, I feel like a complete idiot. Fucking the guy is on Twitter. He writes, sorry about that. Next time my wife and I will send you what you were drinking. We should have had the waitress do that originally.
oh
Dude.
shit! Opie called him a fucking dick.
No, but they drank it. Opie, my wife, and Lindsay drank.
Yeah, we
the
had some champagne. I make radio. I thought it was good.
What kind of champagne was it?
It was nice.
Was it?
Andre.
I know.
Martini and Rossi Asti Spumante.
I'm just making radio. It was a good gesture.
It was
really
very nice. I wish I knew who did it.
His name is That's Not Joe on Twitter. Joe, it was nice. Seriously, I'm not fucking doing it.
Hey, Joe, can you answer this? Did you send it to Opie or was it to me?
True.
Huh?
Well,
I want to know if he
probably
sent it to
if
me
he's a fan
or
of the
to
show,
you.
he knows that you're not going to drink it.
Maybe he's just a fan
The
of
waitress said who it was for.
He did. She did?
Yeah, it was for me. Oh. But now you're forcing me to say that. It had nothing to do with you. Don't worry, you get recognized.
We would. Don't fucking kid yourself.
Remember when we walked out of the restaurant and we had to take a picture with people? You got recognized a lot.
That's nice.
Yeah, but me, this is how fucking low our self-esteem is, and I'll fucking admit it. He won't, but I'll admit it. We were in the back. We go, come on, let's go out front and see if we get recognized.
Yeah. No, Rich said
On
that.
purpose.
I didn't disagree, but you were the one who said that.
What? And then you get recognized, but you get aggravated by the people who
It's
recognize.
like, God damn it.
I
What
actually-
a hassle
No.
that
I
I came
actually-
out here trying to get
I
recognized.
absolutely do not get aggravated.
Neither do I. And those two guys
Not
we
at
took
all.
a picture
I,
with.
I love it. It's like, wow, that's really cool.
They were
I'll
nice.
never think that's not cool.
They're all nice, and the two guys we took a picture with, their wives were so fucking hot, and these guys, they were average or quite below.
Oh.
And they were over
Much like everybody in this room.
I know. You're right.
Everyone's out of their league.
That was fun. God, I got to do that again.
What was the best part?
Probably the dinner. It was a good dinner. We had fun. We talked.
Good dinner, good food, plenty of it.
The other good part, I liked. I just liked watching those guys because there was no pressure for me. Like
Watching, huh?
Yeah, because listen,
You
I
like
work enough.
watching?
Yeah, sometimes you like watching your friends. I loved watching Stanhope because I haven't seen the guy in.
Oh, you mean watching the comedy?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was glad to
see
see fucking Artie, because I haven't seen him, and I think he's the nicest guy on the planet. So yeah, it was a fun. My wife and I got away. We had sex. And I took a blue pill. Everybody saw me take it.
It's awkward about Rich. Like everyone else is staying in the casino, and he got a hotel online.
Yeah, a 4-star hotel. The casino hotel
For a 2-star price, right?
Listen, here's what
you
happened.
got a room for less than $200.
Listen to me, $10 million a year. I fucking
$10 million a year? Are you kidding me?
Were the stars 6-pointed?
Here's the
when I was making $30,000 a year, I would have got a $200 room.
When we decided to go to Atlantic City, I didn't hear that. It was probably funny.
It's just one of those anti-Semitism. Cheapo.
When we decided to go to Atlantic City,
but you told me it wasn't a 4-star hotel. They said it was online, but it was shitty, and that Bonnie was a little nervous to stay there.
So was I. When we stayed, okay,
you don't want to be nervous to stay at a hotel.
It was Martin Luther King weekend. We didn't know they were celebrating it at our hotel. Okay,
How far were you from the Borgata?
Point Pleasant. We the day we decided to go was the day before, and hotels at the Borgata were like $350. I go, look, I like these guys, but not $300. So we went on Priceline, and I got a 4-star hotel for $100. Okay, right? We're not going to be in a hotel. We got to the hotel. We checked in. She took a shower. I already took mine at home. We checked in. We were there for literally
Who takes
40.
a shower at home? Why do you?
Because it's my home and I'm used to my shower.
But don't you want to be all like, as they say on the Jersey Shore, fresh?
It's a 2-hour drive. It's not like I got on the fucking plane and sweated.
No, you got an old Jewish ass that's sitting for 2 hours.
I have a cushion in my car. So.
Who does that? Don't you like getting a nice shower when you finally get to your destination?
I like when you finally get there, the great shower.
Right.
What, don't you get the big walk-in showers and the nice soaps?
Look at his face.
And the
Are you fucking guys finding anything to fucking talk about? I took a shower 2 hours before I drove to Atlantic City. Maybe I should have stopped at a truck stop and taken it an hour before I got there.
We just feel it's a little
Yeah,
weird.
because you go away once a year. I do it every fucking week.
Oh.
So 2-hour difference doesn't make whether I take a shower in the dumb hotel with their little bar of fucking soap and their
That's
fucking.
what I do.
Yeah, they
I
don't have
shower
that in
before
the-
I leave, and
in
when
the
I
big
get
suites.
and when I get all settled in, then I shower again for the
Well,
night.
I guess you're a showery person more than me.
Someone's saying that because of his background, he doesn't like going to strange showers. Oh, my God.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Is, of course, that's rat spit. Very good.
How far were you from the Borgata? A couple miles?
Yeah, we were in Atlantic City.
I don't even know where hotels are if you're
Neither
not
did I
if you're
until
not
we
in a
got there.
casino.
Till we got there, and
near the outlets.
Yeah, right past it about, I don't know, hour and a half.
Give or take.
So we go to the hotel for 45 minutes, then we go to the Borgata, okay? And then we go back to the hotel, we have sex and go to bed and wake up and fucking leave. So what's the difference? Okay?
Exactly.
And here's the thing. We were staying off property, and we were still on time for dinner.
Off
You were
property.
on property, and they weren't on time for dinner. So see, what's the difference? We were on time.
What happened there?
I honestly was 5 minutes late tops.
Well, if you didn't take that shower, you might have been on time.
Oh, this fucking Jew. 5 minutes is late?
See?
5 minutes is Hollywood. 5 minutes is Hollywood.
How would you know?
True. Good point. That hurts a lot. I'm sad now. All right, here's the Groundhog.
I'd like to introduce you, the president of the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club, William Dealey.
Love his plaza. Whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, my job, your job is to wake up Phil here in a few moments. The cane that I'm holding in my left hand gives me the power to speak in Groundhogese. So what are we going to do? We got to wake up Phil.
Do it with an M80. Throw an M80 in that mailbox he lives in. Heil, Heil, Heil. Oh, it sounds like Nuremberg.
Okay, it's time to get serious here, ladies and gentlemen.
Really?
Inner circle members all gather in close.
Okay, wake him up.
Handlers, get Phil out.
Pull him out of his little box.
Jesus.
It's a very, very long
It's
process
It's just
of
endless.
horse
Endless.
shit,
What the fuck?
pomp and
You
circumstance.
know what? I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? I don't think it's real, whether he sees his shadow or not. I really don't. I don't think it's real.
You're not buying it?
If he sees his shadow, what does that mean? We get
It
6
means he
more-
gets scared and runs back into his little hole, and there's 6 more weeks of
That
winter.
means he's gotta- Yeah, he's going to go hibernate again. So
Yeah.
they're waking up this fucking thing.
Yeah.
This thing usually, I guess, sleeps through most of the winter.
I wish it just had foam coming from its mouth and just bit everybody.
Well, that's my new fucking paranoia.
What, rabies?
No, well, that too. But I watched last night on Nightline in Florida. There's an outbreak of pythons in the Everglades. So I was in Florida last week, and I'll be there next week. And sometimes when I play golf, sometimes I play alone.
Yeah.
Okay, because you just don't hook up with anybody. And
you don't think you can run away from a python?
Not if here's what I'm saying.
Oh, my
It ate a deer. It ate a fucking deer.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're just stand there.
All right. But
doesn't have an opposable thumb to grab it by the neck and crush it.
How do you know you're not hitting a shot from behind you?
How about you keep your ball on the fairway?
What is this,
sci-fi? Well, pythons don't know the difference. They can go to a fairway.
You can't see a python in the fairway?
Not if it comes up from behind you. How many times has a black person snuck up from behind you? They're a lot bigger than pythons, okay? They might have one, but listen.
Are you just making a radio bit, or are you really scared of pythons?
I'm not. Now I am after I saw that last
When was the last time
night.
an adult was taken down by a python in this country? It has to. I would hazard to guess never. I don't. Children and pets and a deer. I could see that happening. But
deer probably put its head down to eat something, and the python was right there and grabbed it.
Got
Ate
its
the whole
neck.
Fucking deer.
Unless you're drinking out of the ponds. Your ears going as you're drinking the water.
I have a picture on my phone from last week of a gigantic alligator on the golf course.
Oh, that happens all the time.
So,
yeah. I have one too in Florida. I was playing, and there was a fucking alligator right near the lake.
Okay, so say you go down. Say your ball is 2 feet away from the water.
Yeah, I'll take a drop if there's a fucking monster.
But say you don't
near
see
my
that.
balls. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, you take enough drops as it is.
I don't take drops.
You take enough drops as it is.
Say you don't
your
see
mulligans. Holy
that's
shit.
a good time for your mulligan.
Yeah,
the
one of 10 you take every round I play with you.
Jesus, say
holy
say
fuck! Hey, I'm going to take my wind mulligan now. It was a little windy when we teed off, so I'm going to take a wind mulligan.
First of all, I'm legitimate. Okay, ask your father-in-law. I'm legitimate. I played yesterday in a 50-mile-an-hour winds and fucking shot in the 80s.
Wait, what are you?
What do you mean? I'm legitimate.
Legitimate.
Legitimate. Hold on, there was water there.
Yeah,
I'm not
of
gonna
course
lie.
there is.
That's my handicap.
Your mouth's a hazard.
Okay.
Take a drop on his lip.
Here's the thing. Yes, go ahead.
Here's the thing: is where you were left off.
If you're going to hit a ball, okay, you're by the water. You're standing there. You don't know, and an alligator, you don't see it. Jumps up and grabs your leg. That
They
can
do
happen.
tend to hunt like that.
They do. Okay, so
You want someone to explain how pythons hunt? You have enough paranoia and worry in your head. Why are you adding python to the equation?
Oh. I saw it last night. A Nightline.
All right, hold on. A lot of people want to explain to you. Greg in D.C. Greg.
Good morning, boys. How are you today?
All right.
Rich, you're an idiot.
Is that any way to build a friendship?
Well,
couldn't just start with the sky is blue.
I think your comedy is. I know. Thank you, Anthony.
What were you going to say about my comedy? Whoa.
He likes your comedy. Everyone does.
All right, go ahead.
Can't you tell by Opie's
Holy fuck, enough
delivery
already.
there? Likes your comedy.
Enough, though.
You just got to,
Oh,
I'm in
Rich.
once every
5,000 CDs.
You're
Come
insecure.
On. Start buying.
You're insecure of your insecurity.
All right, so what you're saying about the python there?
How it hunts.
All right. The python in Florida, it is not a current outbreak of pythons. They've been there for years, more than decades. Idiots who get pythons, they release them in the wild. They've been breeding. They've been killing all of the local wildlife down there. The problem is these pythons have gone all the way up into North Carolina at this point. They can live and breathe up until the weather gets cold enough for there to be snow. Then they actually have started to die. But it's not an outbreak of pythons. They're not going to attack you while you golf. They're going to be curled up into a ball trying to get warm, trying to relax. They're not going to be anywhere where there are lots of people because people scare away animals and pythons need to eat.
Okay, quit talking like a professor. Here's what I'm saying.
I'm a teacher, dumbass.
Okay, well, obviously you're not a good one if you're not working. Listen, most teachers start at 8. Okay, substitute.
Most teachers are up to 4th period by now.
College, which you couldn't get into.
All right, listen, don't. Let's not go back and forth on who does what and who does. What I'm saying, all right.
Well, you made a good point there.
What was his point?
You're saying things.
I know. No,
you're saying hurtful things, and he's protecting himself.
No, he's not
Rich.
protecting. He's saying idiot.
Why are you attacking everybody?
First of all, it's warm in Florida, so they're not
Is he
called
cunty
up.
too?
It's not good. No,
they are curled up.
they're not curled up. I know a lot about pythons. I saw a special last night.
Name 2 things.
What's that?
Name 2 things you know about pythons.
During hurricanes and the storms in the storms in Florida, that's how a lot of them were released. Not only because of people.
No,
yes.
that's not how a lot of them were released.
Yes, it was. Yes. No. I have a friend that owns a python store. I have a friend. It's called Pythons R Us.
He's got a little python shop.
Okay, but here's the thing. What's your name again? What's your name? Forgettable? Greg. Here's the deal, Greg. Has anybody ever been? Listen, has anybody ever been bitten by a crocodile on a golf course or in life? Has it happened? Yes or no?
Probably.
Yes or no?
I didn't know there was a breed of python called crocodile.
Now wait a second. Wait a second. Has it I'm going to make a point. Has it happened? Crocodiles, right? So how do you know what's going on in a python's mind? Maybe that day, that python's having a bad fucking day.
Small as yours.
What's that?
They don't have big brains. They're as tiny as yours.
But they have instincts and they have to live. Listen,
I worry more about other people hitting golf balls at me.
I did that
than
once.
a dumb python.
Well, you should, because you've been hit by a ball.
I was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you've been hit by a ball more than you've been bitten by a python or an alligator.
Yeah, this asshole.
Where are you a professor? What school?
CCBC.
What?
Community College, Baltimore County.
Oh, wow. You must. What is that? One of those movies where they got rep stars sitting in the classroom and you're the great white hope that teaches them?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, no shit.
In some of these classes.
Wow.
Do you ever dream of working at a university, or are you happy with that low-end teaching job?
Is it a proud moment when you hand out that free set of tools at the end of the semester?
Oh, I don't do tools. I do math and
science. You know what I meant.
That was a good line. Jesus.
Hey,
where are we at with the python? So basically you're telling Rich he shouldn't be worried about pythons.
Pythons don't attack people. Yeah. The only time a python attacks a person is if they're holding an animal in their hand. The python, there's a picture of an anaconda that tried to eat an alligator online. The anaconda split wide open. The python that killed the deer didn't get to eat it. There are anacondas in Florida you should be afraid of because they will attack people. So, Rich, if you want to be afraid of a snake, be afraid of an anaconda.
Oh, great. You had to put that in his mind? Because that means he's not going to let the python thing go, and now you added something else for him to worry about.
And
you should be worried about the alligators because they can come out of the water quick.
I have a picture of one from last week. It was so fucking big. It was unbelievable.
Let me see the picture.
Hold on. I will. It doesn't look big on the camera.
A croc?
Yeah, the croc. Well, thank you for your information. I don't think you should start off a conversation by going, you're an idiot. For somebody that doesn't really know, you should say something like, hey, this is really...
Talking about it as if you know because you have a microphone in front of your face.
No, I was talking about it out of paranoia. I was talking about it out of...
No, there's a paranoia thing.
What I saw at a Nightline last night, and
he heard a little... This is what Vos does. He hears a little something, and then he blows it up.
I saw a special on Nightline. It said they're mainly in the Everglades in Florida, but what's to stop them from veering off to a golf course? Yeah. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't know a lot about fucking pythons or anacondas because
you know what pythons can do to a golf course.
Yeah. Okay, so saying you're an idiot is very, very aggressive and very mean, and I think that's the reason why you're teaching 13th grade.
Yeah.
So thank you for your information, but fuck off. I don't like you.
Do you
This is the Punxsutawney thing.
You teach math?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, I was going to ask him if they spell it M-A-F, where he's from, in Baltimore. All right, so they're bringing the big groundhog out, Punxsutawney Phil. Takes forever to just get him out of the fucking box.
You hack. He's such a hack, isn't he?
He really is.
He's showing us a picture of a crocodile, all right.
Yeah. All right, fucking start talking. Talk groundhogese, as they call it.
You would think they would have all this figured out by now. They've been doing this for years and years.
They don't care. The crowd's drunk.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning. They got that morning drunk going. They're all hungover by noon. That's rough. pull the fucking rat out of the box. What are they doing at this point?
I think
are they holding him up? And
no, they're trying to get him out of its hole, I guess.
Oh, he's knocking. He's knocking. I heard the cane hitting the box. All right.
I've been instructed as to which scroll to read.
Oh, shit.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye.
Slave auction this afternoon.
On this magnificent Groundhog Day, February 2nd, 2012.
Yes.
Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, the prognosticator of all prognosticators, was summoned from his burrow in the old oak stump by the tap of President Bill Dealey.
That's what they call my cock, the old oak stump.
John Griffiths and Ron Plowcha, and after casting an appreciative glance to the thousands of faithful followers in attendance, Phil proclaimed, "As I look at the crowd on Gobbler's Knob, many shadows do I see. 6 more weeks of winter it must be."
Now they sacrifice him with a golden dagger to his little heart. Yes. That's good. Mr. Roper's beating the groundhog to death with his plunger, soaking up the blood with his wife's moo-moo. It was terrible. What a goofy song this is. You cannot fuck to this music. No. Trying to get the rhythm the same.
You'd have to fuck and put a finger in the ass at the same time to counter the tuba.
Yeah. Womp. There he is, dancing with the plunger. Oh, God.
I love when Jeffrey Tambor's wife hits the...
there it is. All right.
Yeah, look at her.
Yay.
She's too hot for Jeffrey Tambor, by the way. Yeah.
Rich Vos is going to be at Governor's in Levittown tomorrow on Saturday night, and his CD's available on iTunes. What is it called again?
Still Empty Inside.
Yeah, I hear it's a great CD. I haven't checked it out yet. And also your podcast with Bonnie does very well. My wife hates me. I'm a huge fan of that. Speaking of which, after the break, you're going to explain this.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knight in armor call and say...
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Got Rich Vos, Governor's, Levittown tomorrow and Saturday. Ant's going.
Yes, Governor's, Levittown.
I will not be going,
around
Rich.
that corner.
Will you be in Poughkeepsie at Bananas?
That's
where I will be tomorrow and Saturday.
How many? How long's the trip to Bananas in Poughkeepsie?
90 minutes.
Should I go?
I love that room.
I'd rather see you than Rich Vos.
I don't blame you, babe.
Wow. Oh, you're here.
But here's
Hi,
the
Rich.
thing. Make sure you take a shower. Have time to take a shower when you get to the hotel.
He really doesn't like those showers that you take at a hotel.
If I took a poll, I think logically I win on this one.
How come
you get into a hotel, you're like, now I'm settled in. Yeah, I know I showered before I left, but I'll take another one.
See, I wouldn't shower before I left. Just drive
I'm just
and then
saying
you
that you
shower when
did.
you get there.
I don't like showering. I mean, I like to be clean, but I just
Yeah.
hate looking at myself naked. I just fucking hate it.
What's the matter,
You got
Rich?
nice abs.
You got bad body
No, just my
self-image?
when my dick.
What do you
is
hate about your body?
My dick.
Really?
Yeah, when it's soft. When it's hard, it's okay. I don't mind it. But when it's just fucking out of the shower, it's just a little Jew dick that I fucking hate. And I fucking, if I had a nicer cock, I would.
Jim, you've seen his dick, right?
Yeah, it's
Years
fucking,
ago.
But
yeah.
does it do all right?
I guess. It's fine.
Jimmy has a big dick.
That's what some girl was
I have a
telling me the other
decent
day. Who the fuck said that? Said Jimmy has a nice dick.
I don't know, but think before you yell a name out.
Yeah,
No, no, it wasn't. She probably saw like a picture or something.
I was going to just yell out your ex, but bringing it back.
Yeah, now he's going to think about that.
It was someone in studio, in a radio studio, a girl in a radio studio.
Oh, I already know. It was Cowhead.
Cowhead, yeah.
Yeah, because I showed the picture of Cowhead. And
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't like yourself naked?
I hate it.
Oh, look, what
happened?
Where's Jill today? She's in Punxsutawney. She's not. She's in Staten Island.
See what they predict, okay? Out in Long Island, you have Holtzville Hal, and it looks like he didn't see a shadow either, so he agrees with Staten Island Chuck that spring is coming early. But we also have Malvern Mel in Long Island, and he disagrees, as well as Punxsutawney Phil out in Pennsylvania. Then I'm hearing there's someone called Woodstock Willie as well. Not sure on his prediction yet. And there's also a tortoise that does the prediction once a year. So again, we'll keep you posted with that. But we're hoping for this early spring.
You know, it's amazing
it's any indication the weather we
when
had
a girl
yesterday,
comes out of a closet, if she sees her shadow, there's going to be 6 more weeks of infidelity.
She pulls her head out of the closet if she sees an Amex bill.
Where's weather, right? You may ask. And where is Staten Island Chuck? Well, behind me is his little hut. That's where
when Todd Glass comes out of a closet.
I saw somebody pushing Chuck out of that
It's
hole.
old Nova Scotia Nelly coming out of the closet.
Stage or what it is, but Staten Island Chuck tradition, I think.
You have Canadian Carla.
I
can fucking do this for hours.
Of course we could.
He had to say, if you recall, he was bitten by Staten Island Chuck back in 2009.
Anthony Cumia, philanderer of philanderers.
If I get bit again.
Oh, God. What did she have to say about the...
He's joking about getting bit.
Her honor.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't put a fucking bike lane in well, there's now going to be a gopher lane for gophers and people with speech impediments who kind of lisp as mayors. I don't know who planted that bomb. It could have been Punxsutawney Phil.
For all I know, Staten Island Chuck could have done it. Shit it.
Wow, not the same presentation as Punxsutawney, huh?
No, Staten
Island. A bit
Island.
of a drop-off in Staten Island. So.
She's probably like, you're sending me to Staten Island instead of Punxsutawney?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Why don't we play the Vos singing thing again? Jimmy hasn't heard it, and I think it's worth playing again.
Yeah, that is.
It's from your podcast, My Wife Hates Me. Available on iTunes, Rich and Bonnie. And I picked up on this from your latest podcast.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knight in armor call and say... Oh, hold on. All right.
Oh, God.
It's
Don't
good.
look, camera.
It's really good.
Wait, hold on. Well, I dreamed I saw the knight in... Quit making
Rather
me
hear
laugh.
Romney
I'm just
sing.
looking over here because I just want to hear it perfectly with his ear.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knight in armor calling.
Cigars and scotch throwing out the first joke. Neil Old.
There were peasants singing and drummers.
Why are you laughing? It's so good.
There
You know
were
what, I think you
peasants
should do-
singing and drummers drumming, and the archers split the tree. All in a dream.
Why are you laughing?
That's good, don't I sound like Neil Young?
You should do You should do a Neil Young cover on my
All
album.
in a dream, all in a dream. The loading had begun. Flying Mother Nature silver, she's to a new home in the sun.
He does these impersonations. I swear, you would think of us as real people.
Nature silver, she to a new home in the sun.
This is going great.
I was lying in a burned out basement.
I wish.
With a full moon in my eyes.
Lying in a burned out basement,
I
the
was
Bonnie burnt our
hoping
house
for
down.
replacement. Then the sun burst through the sky. All in a dream. All in a...
I get you did the whole song.
Huh? See? That's pretty good shit right there.
Yeah, people love it.
Shit.
All in a dream. That's some Neil Young right there. Huh?
That was off the hook.
Why don't we go on tour singing together?
Yeah, well, screw stand-up, right?
We could sing.
Now, when I played it the other day, me and Ant were both amazed that you know all the words, because you fuck up basic shit all the time. So how do you know the words to a Neil Young song?
Yeah.
Because she said something in there which proved that you weren't looking up the words.
Oh, I didn't look up the... No.
I know,
yeah,
I'm saying that.
I don't know. I just, I'm going to sing Our House probably this week.
By Madness?
No, Our House by Crosby, Stills,
Oh,
Nash.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. What's the Madness
very,
song?
Very fine house.
The house song?
I thought they redid it.
No.
Our house in the middle of our
two different songs. Okay.
I don't know how I know the words. I'm like a savant.
And you like Neil Young? I love Neil Young.
It's fucking great. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young were great. They were fucking great, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're fucking do 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 la la oh la whatever they do.
Come on, go with it.
I love it.
What is he doing?
I know what part he's doing.
Yeah, I know what part he's doing too.
Can E-Rock get it, or is he shitting? Is E-Rock in there, or is he shitting?
Uh-oh, is E-Rock taking a shit?
I was marking it down on his mic track.
Oh, okay.
How come his hair looks like that guy that does the fucking chef and the cooking?
Guy Fieri?
Yeah, what the fuck? He's Guy Fieri. He goes from
he dyed his hair blonde, and then he really liked it, but we beat him up so bad he felt like he had to get rid of it. So now it's growing out. Wow. But he'll make believe he didn't like it, but I know he liked it. He liked being
I did like it. I told you that I liked it.
Then you should stick with it. Who gives a fuck what people say?
No, it's just expensive to upkeep.
No, it's not. You got it.
What does bleach cost?
It's $100.
But I know the part you're doing in that song where they start going pretty much. Yep.
Yeah, that's some good music back then, man.
What else do you know by them?
By Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young?
Or Neil Young himself.
I seen the panic and the needle. Wait, I seen the panic. Wait. I seen the damage and the needle.
I've seen the damage and the needle done.
Or whatever, something like that. I got to tune up.
So much for knowing words. But he did start with "I've seen the panic."
I know. I seen the damage and the needle.
No, it's the other way.
I've seen the needle.
And the damage.
Yeah, and the damage done.
I seen the. Oh yeah, but I sing it like he does. He starts off like, I seen the needle and the damage done.
He doesn't know. So you only know the words to one song. I'm not as impressed anymore.
I'm going to brush up on it.
Come on, do the song.
I don't
know.
What
if we gave you the words? Get needle and the damage done. The words, please.
That's a good, yeah.
I love that fucking song, actually.
Take another man.
All right, we'll get the words for you. All right.
Oh, okay.
Really feel it. You want the lights down? What do you want?
No.
Or you want the lights on?
Oh, this is some. Yeah.
Oh,
now.
You're ready to do this, right?
Now you got the words. Can't lose.
I caught you knocking at my cellar door. I love you, baby. Can I have some more? Oh, the damage done. I hit the city and I lost my band. I watched the needle take another man. Gone, the damage done. I sing the song because I love the man. I know that some of you don't understand. Milk, blood, to keep from running out. I don't know that part. I've seen the needle and the damage done. A little part of us in everyone, but every donkey's like a setting sun. That's fucking.
All right, Rich. And then also,
let me tell you something.
When we were talking about this the other day, we also noticed you like falsetto songs.
Here's what I'm saying.
You like to get that voice nice and high.
Yeah, here's what I'm saying. If I knew how to fucking sing, that would have been perfect.
Well, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It just goes, well, yeah. Yeah, that's logical.
That's the thing about singing. Is, singing.
That's the thing about singing. Yeah.
Oh, man, I might have to do this one on the fucking podcast. Where's my glasses? Holy fuck, I forgot. I love this.
I think did we get the karaoke version of the other one for him today?
I caught you knocking
we couldn't
at
find
my
it?
cellar door. I love you, baby. Can I have some more? All right, can you print that out for me? Can you print that out? I got to sing that one. That's going on the podcast.
Well, why are you stopping there?
Well, I already sang it. I'm not going to give it more.
No, but now you're really singing.
No, I know.
Now you're giving it. You're like, fuck.
Oh, the damage done.
Exactly.
I love this. I hit the city and I lost my band. I always thought it was van. I watched the needle take another man. Gone, the damage done. I sing this song because I love the man. I know that some of you don't understand.
What? I don't know, man. You sing weird.
That's fucking.
Do you sing in the car a lot? Do you when you're alone?
It's hard to sing to Sean Hannity.
You listen to Sean every day?
I listen to Annie. I listen to.
You think Mitt Romney's going to get it done there, Rich Vos?
Yeah, he's the one who's going to. He's going
to get the nomination, obviously. But you think he could take out Obama?
It doesn't matter at this point who really wins at this point. It really it's just what big business is going to run the country this time.
Yeah.
It's all it is. It's what big business is going to run the fucking company. It's not Obama anymore. It's not Mitt Romney. It's fucking business.
The company known as the United States of America.
You know,
it's the Illuminati.
You can't blame anything. You know, they all take fuck, I don't want to get into this. It's just fucking.
But you listen to Sean Hannity every day. So
not all every day. I've listened to him. I listen to the other one. I listen to Geraldo once in a while. He's on now.
Geraldo's on radio.
Yeah, he's on between 10 and 10:04.
Where?
Like Fox News Radio or something?
He's on ABC. He took
He's on ABC
Joe
in New
Crummey's
York?
place. He's on 10 a.m. to 12.
Oh, no kidding.
You know, I would listen to left radio. I just can't find it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just it. Lefty radio never does well.
What about Lynn Samuels?
She's dead. Is she still on?
She died.
No.
She's dead. 100% true. You know that, right?
No.
You're kidding.
No. I'm dead serious.
Why didn't anyone talk about it?
I didn't think of it until you just mentioned it. She died weeks ago.
But the media didn't talk about it. Lynn Samuels is dead.
The company put an announcement out that she died.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
What?
There was a press release.
What are you talking about?
Wow. Imagine you're a radio person, you die, and no one in the business really even knows.
Holy fuck, she was a legend, man.
Yeah, they did a little memorial to her, too.
Where?
Here on one of the channels.
Lynn Samuels, a brash radio talker that dies at 69. What?
Would they play a radio-controlled airplane engine for 4 hours?
She was supposed to do a show, and then she never showed up.
Why didn't she show up?
That's what usually happens when you die.
She's lazy.
But that's how they found out that she had passed, because she didn't show up for a show.
Here. She didn't show up for a Sirius XM show.
So who had to knock down the door?
She's literally in a better place then. Fucking shithole.
They found her in her apartment. I didn't know this. I thought Jim was fucking with us. Lynn Samuels.
Right around Christmas.
I used to run into her in the hallways every once in a while. She was very cool.
You should check your email once in a while.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Damn, that's going to hurt.
He nailed you.
Rock and roll chef.
Dead.
Oh.
Victim of the modern age. Poor girl.
What happened to her?
She was very badly raped, you see.
Wow, I didn't know that, man. Fuck, that sucks. She was only 69. What'd she have, a heart attack or something?
What are you trying to give me, a heart attack or something?
Over here.
Yeah, what happened to her? What's the COD? Sam? Yeah, Everybody knew so much about her.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
happened? Yeah,
How about the details?
Oh, you didn't know? Read your email. Fuck you. Oh, you two are dicks. You two are fucking idiots that don't deserve a radio show. Fuck you guys up the asshole. Fucking E-Rock.
E-Rock, how'd she die?
Well, at the time, they said they didn't have a cause of death.
Oh, no cause of death. You two are stupid.
Leave him alone, Eric.
Yeah, Jesus, E-Rock. A little harsh today.
You want to hear Dr. Steve's best man speech?
I certainly do.
Contest ends today?
Yeah, it's noon is when the entries have to be in by.
So they got to get this done today.
Yeah.
A couple hours left.
SiriusXM.com/Opie and Anthony.
$1,000 from IHateStevenSinger.com.
When everybody left their glasses of fluid. That's when you know the speech is going to be bad.
Yeah. I think there's an official entry, too.
It is. And it is a potential $1,000 winner. One person's going to get $1,000 cash.
What do you have to do?
You have to send in your worst best man speech. If you're the worst best man, or if you're the guy who got married and your best man sucked. You send in a speech, you get the 1,000.
It's got to either be the best man or the people that were having the wedding. That the best man
Are
was
people going to just write them and make them up, or you got to have them on tape?
Write them and make them up. It's on
It's
fucking. It's a
MP3.
recording sent through electronic mail.
Okay, video.
Yeah, we got to hear
It's the future.
So people are going through their wedding videos and trying to find them.
Yeah.
Digital audio recordings.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody raise your glasses.
Oh, God. I bet it was.
Seepage.
Love seeped into their relationship.
Their love is much like a herpetic sore. It just grows and festers.
And hopefully will last forever.
Even though when it's below the surface, you don't notice it.
Travis, grab the mic. What's that about?
Well, you want some background information on this speech that Dr. Steve?
Well, coming from
Dr. Gay! Dr. Gay!
I just let you guys do it now.
Of course you do.
Because you're
You
Dr.
agree
Gay.
with it.
There's a doctor in the house.
Yeah, ooh, the doctor is in my ass.
Dr. Gay!
I have a question for the doctor.
Oh.
He's not around.
When I'm pooping for the last week, I think something's blocking because it's coming out the same shape, like almost like a Play-Doh.
Like Play-Doh Fun Factory?
Yeah.
Is it a star shape or is it a I-beam?
It's like a. It's
Remember,
like a. It's
those are
almost like
fun.
a
stringy.
No, it's like
Do you cut it with that little plastic knife into 1-inch segments?
But you know, it's like this and round, but it comes
Yeah.
out like a. You know, once I'm waiting.
You're shitting triangles?
Can you pick it up and pick up a color comic with it? You smash it on a comic book, peel up and stretch Superman's face.
Silly putty, stupid.
Silly putty. Oh, that's right.
He was doing a silly putty joke. We all knew.
But he was talking about Play-Doh.
But the shape you
Yeah.
made, it looks like you're shitting little triangles.
Yeah, it's like a semi.
Really?
Oh,
Is it
that's not
nuggets?
good.
No, it's coming out long.
But every time it's a triangle, a
It's
long
been- I
triangle.
think I got a nugget the other day, but
Yeah. Are you straining? Are you pushing?
oh, I thought you mean my straining my shit. It's
Yeah,
not spaghetti.
run it through a strainer.
Fucking Italians.
Everything's got to be put through a spaghetti
Yeah, then you
colander.
water it down.
Yeah. Put some
Get the
sauce
starch
on it.
off.
Shit like my mother used to make.
Don't call it sauce. It's gravy.
Hey, Maron.
Italians call it gravy.
I don't want to know the answer. Just
Yes, go ahead there, Travis.
Well, this was written the night before, which is always the best time to write your speech.
Yeah.
It was an alcohol-free wedding.
Oof, that is
So the booze was free?
Let's talk
The
about
bride and groom were in wheelchairs from their accident. From the drunk driving fucking bender.
I was invited with one of these recently. I said no.
It's like, blow me. I'm not fucking going to an alcohol-free wedding.
Alcohol-free weddings is so
the only way you could
goddamn
take it.
selfish.
Yes.
You don't drink then.
Maybe most of them were sober people, though.
Well, how about the poor drunks that want to fucking drink?
I sure wish that I had Taiwan on. Normally, like I do when I go to the office.
He also spent the night Googling funny sayings about marriage.
Oh, well, that's
Ew! He
great,
should have
material.
Googled. He should have Googled things women use in their vagina that smell like vinegar.
How many years ago was this, Travis?
I'm not sure.
Couldn't have been that many, though.
Do you think getting married on a major holiday is selfish too?
Yes. And they
Right?
always
I had a
always
fight.
do that because they save money.
Yeah, because nobody else is getting married.
I had to go to a wedding that was very, very close to Christmas Eve. I'm like, are you serious? I got to run around like a lunatic this weekend and try to get some shopping done.
And people have them on New Year's Eve, 4th of July weekend, Labor Day weekend. One, the traveling is more expensive if you're flying in, but the wedding hall is a lot cheaper. Well, ours couldn't have been any cheaper.
It's kind of
a humorous anecdote.
It's kind of selfish to assume that you're going to spend the holiday at someone's stupid wedding.
Yeah, I Googled some funny things about marriage. Some funny slogans.
Yeah, that's fun. That was from Scott Peterson's marriage.
Yeah, and little Klaus von Bülow.
The mother and child immersed in fluid.
The unborn child could have been a doctor or scientist. Instead, wound up with salt, what we call brine on the brain, for being at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, God.
That was it? What year? What?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Old Ben Gardner pussy.
Yeah, little head fell out. Richard tried to open her legs.
I was very scared. Mama D's for you, yes. So what else? What other?
No, that was it.
Oh, that's it for the background on Dr. Steve's.
I'm sure it'll be very
best man speech. Now, who is this for? Is it for like a close friend?
Yeah, this is for
Dr. Mengele.
Big fan of your work.
Some funny anecdotes.
He'd always put a lampshade on his head at parties.
Yeah. Hey, look, we see a lot of twins in the room. Twins.
Yeah.
Double vasectomy Todd, is that his name, Sam?
Yes, from the Weird Medicine Hour.
One of the Weird Medicine guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Here's Dr. Steve's official entry. I guess we've started the contest.
This is great. Dr. Lecter.
Yeah.
One of my proteges.
Yeah. Thank you, Barney. Yeah. I got really mad because I kept telling multiple MIGs to throw it in my mouth. I wanted viscousy semen.
He said, I could smell your boredom. Yeah. Okay, Dr.
Googling
Steve's
funny marriage phrases.
Yes, Dr. Steve.
I'm not allowed to speak extemporaneously because when I do, I'm
Boo!
Extemporaneously. At a speech, extemporaneously.
myself, so I say really inappropriate things. So I've got some notes here. Normally...
This sounds very recent. Within the last couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
If he's Googling, then it's got to be.
And double vasectomy Todd is not an old guy.
It's just like a valedictorian.
Oh, so he can't even use the excuse that happened years ago.
It could. I mean, it could have happened a few years ago, but no more than that.
I would get up and tell a lovely story about how Todd and Ashley met and how they fell in love. Unfortunately, no one knows. Wow. It's apparently a big secret. We found out about it on Facebook. Since I don't know anything clever to say about marriage, I thought I'd consult some experts in the field. Henny Youngman once said, the secret to a long and happy marriage remains a secret. Best of luck picking me up. Yeah.
And O.J. Simpson once said, you white bitch, I'm going to cut your head off.
Best of luck picking me up. Yeah, but I'm bombing up here. It's okay. It's real short. Mickey Rooney said this about marriage.
Hey, take me out of this room. My caregiver's punching me. That's what Mickey Rooney said. He said I was cute in 1948, and now my caregiver is hitting me with my dirty diapers. Maybe I should shut up about clean comedy, because I was kind of stunk. I don't know why people thought I was cute. That's what Mickey Rooney said. Mickey Rooney said I should be dead like Andy.
About marriage. Always get married early in the morning. That way, if it doesn't work out, you haven't wasted a whole day. Wow. Even Socrates spoke about marriage thousands of years ago.
Greek homo.
By all means, marry, he said. If you get a good wife, you'll be happy. If you get a bad one, become a philosopher. The Bible discourses on love in 1 Corinthians 13. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up. Love does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil. Love does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Oh. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails.
But I'll tell you what does fail. Me when I'm making a speech.
That's horrific speech.
Yeah, hold a glass of apple juice. It's a no alcohol wedding.
Christ.
I give this speech at the hospice when I want people to not really want to live anymore.
Yeah. I'm the get them out of their bed guy when we have a long waiting list. I got old Mr. Hodges to finally kick over and give up. Talk to him with love anecdotes.
Oh, he actually read that thing they read at the weddings.
Yeah. I was sipping a Sierra Mist.
Here are some other things that love does. Love doesn't say, What are you doing? How about now? How about now? What are you doing now? How about now? Who was that just called?
Wow.
I swear I'm almost done. Love doesn't ask, does this kilt make my butt look big?
He wears a kilt from what I hear. He wore a kilt at the wedding. Not Dr. Steve, the groom.
Love is an electric blanket with someone else in control of the switch. As we raise our alcohol-free glasses and remind our hosts that Jesus' first miracle in the Bible was turning water into wine at a wedding. Todd and Ashley, I hope you will be as happy as Casey and I thought we'd be.
Dr. Steve.
It was short anyway.
That was
What?
good.
Oh, my God.
Luca
What?
Brasi was more comfortable at the wedding than you were.
Why non-alcoholic wedding, first of all? That is so selfish. I know he's your pal, but what the fuck?
Well, I think it. His wife's father is a minister, and he doesn't believe in drinking. Although
no, it's true. It
Oh,
happens.
so make your cater to the father there.
yeah, and his wife loves to go to the bars and slam shots and stuff. And but she's never drunk in front of her father, and
They were afraid she'd probably have a fucking issue.
Did you do a few shots before you went?
No, I think we had a flask, but I never got to it because it was just so slow.
You should have. Little booze on that speech might have.
But
yeah,
there were a lot of the Christians there, and I thought it was a little edgy, and in giving them a nudge about the alcohol-free wedding, but and turning water into wine. But that was about as edgy as I felt.
I like your delivery there. At a wedding.
I can picture
Hey, yeah, you did a little Valby there.
John Valby.
Yeah. I know a girl, her name is Ashley.
Yeah,
that's that was
non-alcoholic weddings suck because most weddings in general suck.
Why did you do
And then you take the alcohol away on top of it. Ugh.
Why the biblical reading there? Didn't that happen at the church anyway?
Because it was a minister.
But didn't that happen at the church? Don't they read that at the church?
It looks like everyone was catering to the minister.
They didn't in their ceremony, but it was just to get to the thing that says, well, here's the other things that.
Oh, you were setting up your gags.
Right, you're using the teachings of God.
I get it.
A bit of a long setup, but I figured I'd suck them in with the biblical revel.
Oh, you sucked.
I liked it.
Kilt jokes.
Yeah, get right to that kilt joke.
Yeah. I said but because I originally said, is my asshole showing? But I knew the minister might be angry.
Yes, always cater to the minister.
Oh, yeah. That's why I didn't say, does this kilt make my ass look big?
Yeah.
God, what a dull wedding that must have been then.
Exactly.
That was a good speech. You're the next Peggy Noonan.
No.
You don't know who that is. That's a fucking
I
good
do know who
reference.
that is.
No. Yeah, Dr. Steve knows everything, so he knows who it is.
Wait, why was that a good reference?
Because she was a speechwriter for Nixon.
Yeah. And she used to be on Fox News, and she had the most glossy lips of any woman.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, Dr. Steve likes lips.
Yeah.
Like
especially when they're
lips.
glossy.
He's a face fucker.
He's used to seeing the ones all dried out with a respirator in there.
Yeah. When they only went in for a knee injury. After an hour with him.
Yeah, we never asked Dr. Steve, why are you a doctor for dead people?
My God.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm not. I'm a doctor for the living. They just happen to are going to die sooner than a lot of other doctors.
So why do they need a
one
doctor?
foot in the
at that
grave, another
point?
on a skateboard.
But why do they need a doctor at that point?
Here's the thing.
That's the one time you don't need a doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
No. I disagrry. If you're going from non-life to life, then we have 3 different medical specialties. We've got neonatology and perinatology, and we've got OBGYN. And if you're going from life to non-life, there's me and some minister. It's ridiculous how we give that second transition such short shrift.
Do you yuck it up with like a Grim Reaper suit sometimes? You walk in with a sickle into the room. Just look at the beds, watch the look on their eyes. Their dead, lifeless, fogged over eyes.
I'll tell you what, though, I went to see a friend who was in the hospital, and I walked in the room, and his eyes got real big, and he said, "What, did they consult you on me?"
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
you're Dr. Death.
Yeah, no one wants to see you.
Oh man,
That's gotta be a drag.
he has a good graveside manner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's his bedside manner. He walks in with a shovel. Fucking dirt on his shoes. Holy shit. Sorry, I just saw the last patient.
A cross and a Bible.
Are you like the angel of death?
No.
Do you ever have to use a pillow? Huh?
I don't know.
How many charts do you shred? He just, let me have your chart. He won't be needing this.
Yeah.
Well, we just freed up some space in the file cabinet.
He had a headache. I recommended succinylcholine.
Right. You know, we were thinking about getting a new file cabinet. We don't have to worry about that. Lost 3 this week. Jesus, I hate your job.
Choline reference. That was pretty good.
What? What?
Choline reference. Is that you, Jim?
It was.
Yeah. Jim knows his deadly medications.
Dang, I know what you need to paralyze a woman before you fuck her.
Your act.
Wow, yeah, Dr. Steve, you could have gotten into a different line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, lack of motivation on your part, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's easy. Oh, we lost another one.
Yeah,
Whoops.
that's good for your
10
job.
Today.
That's good for your job.
How many we lose today? 10? Wow, good.
Oh, all
You're
right.
up.
You're on quota.
Bringing up those beds.
I think in the new year we should get you a job where maybe the people live longer.
Well, okay.
He went into this. No, he went into this one because he knew that his mistakes wouldn't be as obvious.
Yeah.
Just, you're like, well, they're close anyway. What are you gonna do? Yell at me? Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Well,
in the end, I did them a favor. They were suffering. Huh?
It's unlikely that you're going to... There is that mental calculation that you do. It did go through my head that it's unlikely I'll get sued. You know,
Yeah. Not many malpractice suits against people that are there just watching for people to die. How many people have you literally seen pass from life to death, would you say?
Oh, I couldn't count it. I mean, I see 4 new consults a day and about 15 follow-ups, and then I do my office, and every one of those patients eventually, I mean, they all come to me before they go.
But do you literally, are you watching them when they're alive and then they're dead?
Sometimes, yeah, like if we do a withdrawal treatment in the...
You're
Really?
cool.
Yeah.
I would leave that for somebody else.
Pull the strings! Pull the strings!
Come to Governors this weekend. You'll see another one.
No.
Oh, Rich, because you're not good on the stage or
No,
something?
just trying to be self...
You think he writes on their charts with that invisible ink?
Oh, God, won't be needing that.
Yeah. And when they pass to the other side, have you ever had to explain your erection to people watching? I just get off on death. I don't know why.
I got to end this line of work.
Got a legit question for you, Dr. Steve. A lot of people say there's an afterlife. Do you see any weird shit in the rooms when these people go?
No, I've had a couple of patients that had near-death experiences, though, but I haven't seen any weird shit when people go. Except one time, did you hang up on me?
No, we're here.
Okay.
You're paranoid for some reason.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry.
Wonder why.
Now
So weird.
myself to the hang-up, but
Yeah.
we had a lady in Vermont that died, and the monks at the priory nearby swore that her spirit came through there and set off the fire alarm at the exact moment that she died. So
Well, that's rude on her
That
part.
could be a coincidence, I think,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Could have been a squirrel.
You should be seeing,
yeah, 'cause
spirits.
she used to drive them crazy when she was alive. She was one of those militant Catholics, and she drove these monks at the priory out of their minds, and she just gave them one last dig on the way out. That was their interpretation of it.
Dr. Steve, I summoned my dead dad one day, and the lights flickered.
Whoa,
Sam saw it.
That's true. It happened in here.
Sam saw it. Me and Aunt were talking about our dead dads, and I'm like, it's all bullshit. And I said, if there's something going on in the afterlife, show us a sign. And Sam's my witness. Those fucking lights flickered. And to this day, I don't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
You need electrical work.
I had a weird experience when my mom died. I was sitting on my front porch, and all of a sudden, I just saw this flash of every moment that my mom and I had spent together, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And then the phone rang.
Even the naughty moments?
Oh, that's terrible.
Wait, sorry, go ahead. You saw all the moments at once?
I was in front of an 8mm projector watching home movies, but
So what happened?
It was strange.
Wait, the phone rang after you had this flash.
And it was my brother saying that my mom had just died. And
had she been sick?
I saw my purse and everything. It was bizarre. It was just one of those crazy.
Wow.
But you saw all this before. Hold on. You saw all this before you got the news officially?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's
That's
weird.
a little odd.
Had she been sick?
Yes. No, her death was not unexpected. Matter of fact, her death is one of the reasons I went into hospice because
Oh, she's
when
she suffered for 2 years and nobody knew what to do, and it was like nobody else's mom's going to go through that shit if I can help it.
Wow, look how noble Dr. Steve is.
You are a noble guy. What'd she die of, sir?
Stomach cancer.
Oh, my God.
That's a rough one, man.
Jesus.
We rented a house.
How long would that
once.
take to kill Iraq, do you think?
Oh, fucking decades.
Years?
Jeez.
Yeah. They'd actually find like erosion lines like they do in fucking the Grand Canyon.
In canyons?
Iraq comment? Anything? No? Okay.
We rented a house once, and there was a couple that died that were living upstairs. They died. Their car went off a bridge into the water, and it was they were a couple. They were a ghost that lived up in our attic.
They were not a ghost that lived in the attic.
Yeah, they were. And so
there goes another one.
There goes.
I heard a flat line. Holy shit.
Yeah. Jeez,
Congratulations, Dr. Steve. You got another one.
You hit the over today.
The over.
Hit the bell.
There it is.
All right, there you go.
That's it.
Wow.
Dr. Steve gets another one.
Oh, my God. He can do his job and radio at the same time.
It's amazing.
I don't know how you do that. That is so grody.
Oh, no. Valley Jim. Valley Jim. Valley Jim.
I love Valley Jim.
Yeah.
Well, where were we with the story? That's it, I guess?
Yeah, I guess that's...
story,
Are you done pulling at our heartstrings? Can we move on with the radio show now?
Oh.
Yeah.
Dr.
Go
Steve.
do some funny stuff now that I talked about my dad.
Oh, we want to
Yeah,
know about the best
exactly.
man speech. I guess we...
Yeah, we kind of went through
Oh,
that.
no, I want to know how many years ago was that?
Oh, it was, I think their 1 year anniversary is next year. Or, I mean, is
fresh.
this year, so it's coming up.
That's pretty recent then, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. I had no excuse, in other words.
You're walking through a hallway right now, huh?
Oh, God.
Yes.
You see the light?
A crypt.
Yeah, could you keep the phone on as one of these patients go?
Jeez. It's terrible.
Why?
Yeah,
No.
you don't want to hear that.
No. Death rattle. Hey, Dr. Steve, when are you going to be in New York again? Hello?
I don't know, definitely before October.
Nice echo. That's great. Where are you, the crematorium? Holy shit.
What a ghoul.
I know. Everything. I just picture just such ghoulish shit.
I
with
understand why you're in it, but you're a ghoul.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't think, no, it's very, I get thanked every day.
By who? Not your patients.
Family members.
Insurance companies.
Yeah.
Here's another gift basket from Allstate.
And real estate agents all over over Tennessee.
Yes, thank you.
Every day. Every day by who? Thank God she was a real twat.
Like clean out bedpans.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, people are just very thankful that you take them, because I do a lot of cancer pain.
Yeah.
And patients, one day are miserable, and you walk in the next day, and they're feeling good for the first time in months. And, it's very rewarding.
Oh.
Oh, so you give them that false sense of
That little
hope.
glimmer.
That's
No,
nice.
he gives them OxyContin.
Yeah. Well, there's different levels of hope, and there may not be a hope of a cure, but they can at least hope that they can live without pain.
Are you one of those doctors where you go, one for me, one for them? For me, one for them.
Yeah.
No, but
like
I sure
house.
see how that happens to some people, though.
Do you give these people morphine? Dr.
Say what?
Steve, do you give these people morphine?
Yeah, morphine's one of the things that we use.
Man.
Do you try it out?
Almost makes it all worth it.
They have chronic pain. We use morphine, Dilaudid, oxycodone, methadone. There's all kinds of things.
Wow.
So we don't just use narcotics.
A lot of painkillers. What do you do? Voodoo?
It's a comprehensive. Well, we use acupuncture too, but
that's voodoo.
It's a comprehensive approach.
Doesn't work.
Hey, Rich, were you doing a Beetlejuice reference? Because everyone's saying
yes.
And why didn't we get it?
I don't know. I thought it was. They got it. The people listened.
They certainly did. What was it again?
I said that there was a couple that lived up in my attic and they died in a car accident when their car went off the bridge.
Oh, right. That whole scenario is
plot line for Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Beetlejuice
With Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. One of his first films, right?
I don't know.
We done with Dr. Steve?
Yeah, I think we should let him get
you,
back
Dr.
to his
Steve.
patients.
Weird
God forbid
Medicine
one lives.
Weird Medicine is an amazing radio show. It really is, and we're lucky to have it on this fine channel.
Yes.
When is it
Dr.
on there,
Steve.
Dr. Steve?
Saturdays at 9 p.m.
All right.
Unedited and very open, honest, and fun.
Very unique.
Yes.
Very unique.
So yuck it up for the next 20 minutes after we talk about death and dying.
20 minutes.
Sorry.
Just fucking out of here.
What clock are you looking at?
Yeah, really.
What's wrong with you?
Half
Half this place is at the Super Bowl. You think we're going to make it to 10 o'clock today?
Who's having
You're
a Super
high.
Bowl party?
I don't know.
I
I guess I could have some people over if you're local.
I am Rich, if you want to truck out to Long Island.
I would love to, but we have a kid, and you hate kids. I
Oh,
wouldn't
no.
bring a kid to your party.
I think there'll be some kids there. I think
No.
Travis is taking little Riley. And my brother and sister have their kids.
Oh my
By-
God,
by
the
different
traffic
people.
is going to be gnarly.
What time is your
Valley
what time's your Super Bowl?
Well, I usually start in the mid-afternoon.
You usually
and it
start Friday.
Goes to till I have to come in here
Are you
Friday
gonna
morning.
Are you gonna have turkey burgers?
No, it's being catered by a very nice.
He'll start drinking Friday, and he'll wrap it up pitchers and catchers.
Yeah.
We have Black History Month. We didn't forget.
Oh, that's right.
We love doing Black History Month.
Don Cornelius. Oh,
you want to hear one?
What?
I don't think he committed suicide.
Why?
Oh, he did.
I tweeted when you make
it's
it
a gunshot though.
But when you make it to 75 years old, and I really believe this, he just was controlling his out.
Oh, you think he was feeling a little?
He might have
bad.
knew that he had some tough fucking days or years ahead of him. Rumor has it he was maybe had the start of Alzheimer's.
He was talking
Really?
to his
So
son
it's
on
almost
the
like it.
phone.
Maybe he thought it was a hairdryer.
Jesus
Could happen.
But I think when you get to that age, some of these people are just controlling their exit.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Because they don't have a Dr. Steve around.
Thank God for Dr. Steve. He's there for everybody.
You want to hear the Black History
Dr.
Month?
Steve would have made it worse for Don Cornelius. Your show, the best show on TV. I love Dan's Favor. I mean, solid gold.
Whatever it was.
Want to hear Black History Month?
Yeah, let's see what's going on for Black History Month.
For today.
For Black History Month, the Opie and Anthony Show recognizes some of the individuals whose contributions have shaped the African American community and changed all of us for the better. Today, we honor the Crying Guy from Intervention. With one moan, Crying Guy expressed the pain and anguish drug addiction can have on a man to the entire viral video community. Crying Guy has become a muse to millions who've been able to express their creativity through countless Intervention remixes. We salute you, Crying Guy from Intervention, a true pillar of the African American community.
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
Stay tuned as we continue to recognize significant African American contributions for Black History Month here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
I like it.
I would have done that.
good.
I think
like
they
it.
should have went right to the Crying Guy. Like when they said they should not have had that the setup.
The
they
first
should
guy
have said,
just, wah.
It should have just been crying. Like set it up and then just went to, we salute you, crying guy. It should have been no context.
Yeah. Okay.
Work on that.
Work on that. Rich, governors in Levittown, sir.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking at? Do you know?
I think about Tracy Morgan.
What is up with Tracy now?
Nothing. It was just
Is he apologizing for something?
No. Something to do with his family. I didn't get to see it.
So. Tracy's not paying for his mom's house or something?
Morgan's mom asking for $25,000, says she needs money to avoid foreclosure.
And Tracy's saying no.
And Tracy said no?
I think
we don't
so.
know what their relationship is, so who the fuck is anybody to judge what,
Tracy Morgan, 30 Rock did a great little angle on the whole Tracy Morgan controversy. You don't watch 30 Rock?
No, I saw that one.
It was really good.
Because Stettin was in it.
It was really good.
Fraulein Stettin.
Yeah.
She had a little part in the bar scene.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that one. They were doing a whole bit on being held hostage pretty much by people that want you to apologize.
Pretty much everything he wanted to say is Tracy Morgan, but he said it in character.
Yeah.
So, I don't know that world, but he should have just done it as Tracy Morgan.
At least he wasn't sincere.
Huh?
At least he wasn't being sincere when he was apologizing to the gay and lesbian community.
That was his way of showing everyone he wasn't sincere.
Yeah.
I guess he was scared, but he got it out. He got it out in 30 Rock, so it's a great episode if you haven't checked it out yet.
Cha
Vos, it's Rich Vos on Twitter. It's Governors in Levittown tomorrow on Saturday. It's I hate my
wife hates me.
My wife hates me on the old podcast network there.
Riotcast.com. But really, and this is a plead. I need to sell 4,000 CDs today. 4,000.
You're not going to sell 4,000.
Why not?
That seems like a big number.
I think they could do it. You have enough fans. It's $7.
That puts the pressure on us if it doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. It puts it on your
I like
listeners.
lowering expectations.
All right, 3,500. 3,000. 3,000 will get me to where I need to be. And I promise you'll love it.
Still empty inside, I think.
Yeah, I promise you.
Oh, yeah?
Who can make that promise besides me?
What is a promise if you buy something? Do you guarantee
it's good.
it?
I guarantee
Do you have a
it's
money-back guarantee?
Let's not get crazy. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I guarantee you like it. 3,000, big deal, $7.
All right, on iTunes. I'm hearing it's a great CD, so good luck with that. Everyone's good?
No, I'll be at Bananas tomorrow and Saturday night. 2 shows tomorrow, 2 shows Saturday. Ticketweb.com.
Bernammers.
Yes, Poughkeepsie, not Jersey.
All right.
Right.
See you all tomorrow.
You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM.